Paul Cook has managed 6 EFL playoff games. He's never won. 5 defeats, 1 draw. Only Uwe Rosler has managed more EFL playoff games without winning, and only 1 more. And here come Chesterfield. Bonus looking to turn perhaps. Ryan Sturck there to help him out. Notts County with numbers back swiftly here. But it's some lovely football from Chesterfield, and a penalty! Minutes in, and Liam Mandeville trying to tiptoe his way through, is scythed down.
Oh, Lucas Ness, you see there, one of the easiest decisions that the referee is going to have to make all day.
James Belshaw has to bail his team out, the team he loves. It is Bonus on the post. Saves Notts County. Remarkable. The majority waiting to celebrate. Ball in across to Jaden Luca. And the semi-final tilts Notts County's way. A match that's given us so much already in the opening half an hour has now given us a goal too.
Well, he's been brilliant so far, Luca. And this is actually really simple from Notts County. Lose possession, Chesterfield, and then it's about Jatta. The timing of his release to that ball out on the right. Fizzes the ball across Jorpenda, who's been another fantastic player this season. This isn't an easy finish, by the way, from Luca, because it's an acute angle. But he wraps his foot round it and makes sure he just hits the target, because he knows if he does that, he's going to make it extremely difficult for the goalkeeper.
Just a little bit of emotional contrast between the two dugouts at the moment, it's fair to say. But you can understand all that in the positions that both sides are in. Swinkles. Away from Luca, who has to be a little careful. Stabbed away by Bedo as far as Donossian. Donossian's ball in. And Bonus was going for the spectacular. Felt he was being grabbed somewhat.
I think he was. Looks like there was a handful of the shirt in the hand of the defender, I must admit. Initially pulling the left arm, and then look at that right hand of Cerula onto the shirt, although I suppose the argument is, has Bonus got a bit of Cerula's shirt as well?
Donossian keeping it lively. Ball in towards McFadden. It was pinballing around. It'll be a corner from the other side. Bonus trying to break free in the middle. Bodies going tumbling. Donossian hits it! I tell you what, there were a fair few who thought that was in.
Yeah, for a moment, myself included. Quite a few of the Chesterfield fans below us were on their feet. There's so much going on in the box.
Here's Braybrook. It's a good spell this for Chesterfield, but so far without reward. Makanda dancing through the challenges. How's he stayed on his feet? Well, he didn't at the very end. Cerula in the book after a sparkling run.
Oh, it was brilliant. He just kept riding the challenges. Markande couldn't ride that one though. It is Pierce. It's really good
from him and from Belshaw, who manages to not only keep it out, but plunge upon it.
Struck wonderfully well, Belshaw. He must see this relatively late, but does ever so well, and his defenders help him out in the second phase.
Advantage played after Dixon was grabbed at by Cerula, who needs to be careful. And then Pearce just overran it, and I think Will Finney is just trying to keep calm on the field. Kyle McFadden and Paul Cook making the very valid point, incidentally, that Cerula moments ago entered the book.
He can't do that. He's pulled him down. He's trying to play the game as he's backed into me, but you see, as soon as he starts to go down, Dixon, he pulls him down, Cerula. He's got to be so careful.
Here's your Pender, though. Oh, down he goes. Referee says no. Very quickly, Will Finney was not interested.
And you see there for me, your Pender, he initiates the contact. That isn't McFadden towards him. He actually trying to take his left foot away, McFadden. And your Pender just leaves his in. It's a cliche, but it really has been a game of two halves tonight. It was all about Chesterfield in the first half and them looking the more... Sorry, Notts County in the first half, them looking the more dangerous, but Chesterfield in the second half, they've done everything really in terms of their defensive third and the midfield third and getting into the final third, but the vital moment in and around the box, they've just not shown enough quality to really bother Belshaw.
And that is it. Notts County have a lead to take home with them, but they well and truly know that the job is far from done. A penalty miss at one end and a smart finish at the other. The main moments in another pulsating game between these two sides. Two teams who know each other well, but are not the best of friends. Will dust themselves down and go again in a few days' time for the right to walk out at Wembley. And it will be quite a tussle when that second leg comes around. At the end of the first leg, it finishes Chesterfield 0, Notts County 1.
of the game if it has a say. I hope for the sake of the game, the event, and for both teams that we're not talking about VAR after the game. We hope it's down to a moment of brilliance from one of the players, hopefully one of them in the black and white shirts. But I say we are getting close to the time now. It's a time for both sets of players, of course. This is where you've got to get your mentality right. You've got to think to yourself, somebody out here is going to make a hero of themselves. Somebody potentially going to be a villain, but make yourself the hero of the day. And I'd say everybody's willing you on. We hope it's going to be a good game, and we're not talking about the officials, the officiating and the VAR playing a part in it. But you just never know, do you? As I say, two very tightly matched teams, and we just don't know which way this one's going to go.
The boos that you heard were because over the tannoy they were reading out the Salford team. Because they're Notts fans, we will say it throughout the afternoon that they completely outnumber the Salford fans. The Notts fans are away to our right, we're kind of in and amongst them. The Salford fans are away to our left, a long way from us, with an empty quarter over in the opposite corner from where we are, which is essentially the Salford end. As they've gone through the pre-match handshakes, they've shared pendants amongst the captains. They come across to this near side. Martin Patterson in the dugout in a tracksuit. Nothing different to normal from him. Wasn't tempted by a suit on a hot day.
I'm sure he wasn't tempted by a suit. He's a brave man with a tracksuit on in this. And even in the warm-ups, we had them fire flares that they were setting off. You could feel the extra heat even coming off them, as if it's not warm enough anyway today. But like I say, the build-up is virtually over. The teams are ready. We're just waiting on the referee's whistle to get us underway. And we will have the League Two player final underway.
For a place in League One, it'll be Notts County or Salford City here at Wembley. Salford will kick us off from left to right as we see it. James Belshaw in the shade in this first half. You wonder if that's going to be important or not. Matt Young, the Salford keeper away to our left, has a sun in his eyes for this first half, and listen to the first rendition of a very loud wheelbarrow song.
Oh, goosebumps. You know, hair standing up. That is brilliant to hear, and hopefully that can have the effect on the players. So it's having an effect on me here in this box, and I ain't got to run around or do anything.
Hello, and thank you for listening to BBC Local Radio on the internet. Unfortunately, the current programme on this station is unavailable. This is either due to contractual reasons or a temporary technical fault. Please try again later. If you're looking for a sport commentary, please visit bbc.co.uk/sport commentaries for details. For the latest news and information from where you live, please visit bbc.co.uk.
And the nerves will be kicking in, the adrenaline will also be kicking in, and that's where mistakes happen as well, so you've just got to slow down.
No, I think you're spot on there, and goals change games. If it takes a long time we don't get one, I think you're spot on.
Bike, sold, laptop, It's free and easy to sell on eBay.
But unless you have the sun on.
Build. Galbot has a free kick supporting Jata, who leads the line for Martin Patterson's side. Whereas for Salford, Young is in goal. A back four of Mnoga, Olowu, Cooper and skipper Galbot. Midfield four of Graydon, Butcher, Osterfield and Longalo, with Ado and Sesse as a forward two. Here come Notts County down the left-hand side. Jones trying to drive forward to his right-hand side. He's got Pender. Plays it into him just on the right-hand side of the box. Fucks one into the box. Has to be dealt with there. He's going to go out for a throw, and that was a lovely move, though, by County.
Yeah, it is indeed. It all starts on this left-hand side. It's a lovely move down there by Longelo, and he just plays it then into the path. Sorry, not Longelo. What am I on about? Luca, and then plays it into the path of Jones, who kind of came up with him. Pender, lovely little cross inside the box, but Olowu at the moment is sticking tight to Jata.
He is. He's almost been given at the moment, seems like a man-marking job, almost. Ball into the box, was just outside on the right-hand side. Jata brings it down, almost collides. He's not definitely does collide with his own teammate. Back to Bideau, and now County will keep a bit of the ball in the middle. Robertson. Of course, they'll have to use the width. Of course, right now they've got Jones on the left-hand side. Both the wing-backs for County are basically wingers whenever there can be. Jones is on the ball now. He's got a one-on-one against Mnoga. Goes through his legs, still going. That's going to be a big battle. But Mnoga strikes back and he wins the ball and he's striding forward. He's got two at ease right in front of him, Graydon. But that's a great tackle coming back. Well, I thought it was. But the referee this afternoon is Tom Reeves. Mnoga there, and that's will be important. I always think with back three, back five, I think you like to look at it. Of course, in attack and defence it's a bit different. Jones on the left, Cerula on the right. That's going to be a nightmare for Galbot and Mnoga, and then it's Graydon and Longalo. Do they come back? Do they stay back? Do one of the centre backs go over? You've already pointed out correctly that Olowu is on Jata. Maybe it's a bit of man marking everywhere else, but it's already been a good battle between Jones and Mnoga so far, and that'll continue throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, it will indeed. Jones will push higher up the field on that left-hand side. Cerullo will probably sit a little bit, maybe deeper, maybe just on the halfway line, and then that becomes that back four. It becomes a little bit of back four, but then can come out onto that left-hand side. It just opens it up a little bit more for Notts County. It gives Salford just something to think about a little bit as well.
He does. You're spot on. Salford with the free kick into the box. It's dealt with by County. Jata, it's on the end of it and just clears his lines. Anywhere will do. I think you're spot on there. Almost is John saying to him that, yeah, you've got defensive duties, but get higher up. We'll have as you said, Bedore's almost like left back when you were on the ball. So you can, if you can't get back, we've got someone in behind you. And Cerula will support wide, but won't be as committed to going forward as Jody Jones will be. Ball to the right-hand side. Sesse brings it down. Tries to take it away from his man, pokes it back to Graydon. Great tackle at the back by Jones. Of course, you would say as well with that forward free, lovely play by Jones. Puts it through the legs of his defender there. He's driving forward. Graydon gets back. Doesn't get the ball. I thought it was a shoulder to shoulder. Again, I can see why Graydon's frustrated. I can see why the referee's giving it at the same time. But Jones putting it through the legs there. See you later to Cooper there in the middle. Might have been Butcher, apologies. But already, if you are Graydon, whether it's a foul or not, as you said about frustrations and things like that, you can't let that get to him so early on in the game.
No, he can't, but Jones there, lovely move, because he kind of fake passes it. Butcher then slows down, and it's just a little chip through the legs. He didn't quite have the pace to get away from Graydon, who did really well to track back as well, but at the moment, Notts County just seem to be putting more of the pressure on. I wouldn't be surprised, maybe Jones is playing a lot in that heat at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if he drops off ever so slightly a little bit.
Lovely ball out to him, and a lovely first touch. Ball into the box, it's dealt with, not convincingly though, and Longalo will get back. I think right about in the heat, Jones is going to have 45 minutes in that heat. In the second half, he'll be nice in the shade, but you might have already put so much into the game that you're absolutely knackered. Now on the right-hand side, Cerula has his first opportunity into Pender. Covered the first leg between County and Chesterfield. Pender was absolutely superb in that one. Cerula swings one in, just over the head of Jatta. It's a good header away in the end by Olawu, but Robertson does pick it up. Iopenda back to Norburn, and now Iopenda's the furthest to the right. Swings one in. It's not a great cross, and it's not a great header by Gar, but Cooper tries to deal with it. Played forward. That will be a foul there at the back by Ness. Just bringing down Odo there. Of course, he scored the opener in the second leg against Grimsby to get Salford going. And right now, Notts County to me the ones that are on the front foot at the moment in these early stages, and Salford almost ones of, right, we'll accept what we get, we'll sit a little bit deeper. When we get the ball, we will try and go a bit more direct, but it's County who are on the front foot at the moment.
Yeah, it is indeed, but it's a mixture of nerves and excitement in it for both teams. The feeling is, though, is Notts County give it everything for half an hour, and it's the last 15 minutes just before half-time that Salford have got a little bit more of the energy because Notts County are putting this pressure on them at the moment. Like I said with Jones, he's got to watch out as well that he doesn't go too high up the field, because Graydon and Cisse then can get round the back of him as well. You know, there are things that Salford will like to pick out, but maybe they just drop off ever so slightly and let Notts County have a little run at them for 15-20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then, as you say, maybe just with the weather, we'll just accept what it is. We'll try and get forward when we can. We'll accept that it's going to be a bit of a storm to weather in the opening, as you said, maybe 25-30 minutes, and then we'll, at the back end of the first half, get some opportunities. I think you rightly pointed out, Cisse and Graydon on the right side, they can really double up, can't they? Almost. Graydon's a right midfielder, but sometimes gets forward as a third forward. County at the back, playing a really dangerous game. Ado trying to press down McDonald. The skipper will get away with it, and he will punt it long up to Jatta. Just a bit of a push in behind there by Cooper. Nothing malicious. I just think it was a bit of a push. He knows what he's doing there. But that's, I mean, again, you rightfully pointed out nerves and the tension that there will be. That was it right there for me. They weren't pressing with a lot of intent. They were just kind of pressing, and Notts County got very worried and nearly made a massive mistake.
Yeah, all there was Ado, Cisse and Graydon up there, and all they were doing was just kind of watching them pass it around and hoping that mistake would kind of come. And it happened twice there, and nearly Salford got onto the ball twice on that occasion. For me there, you've got Martin Patterson would have been screaming just to get rid, just get it high up the field, because slowly but surely you could see Salford kind of compressing them down a little bit, and had it got to the compression stage of they couldn't get it out from underneath the feet, it would have caused them a massive issue. In that case, the ball has just got to go.
No, in the end, McDonald did the right thing, but actually it took a while maybe to get there. Another ball over the top for Jones. One-on-one with Noga. He's very left-footed, is Jones. He tries to go inside left side, but good defending by Noga. And does Jones catch him there? It'll be a throw-in or a free kick, just not quite sure what the referee has given there. 10 minutes played at Wembley. It's Notts County 0, Salford 0. Independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action in this League 2 playoff final. As we've already spoke about with the Heat, I know we will speak about it a lot of times. Looking at the attacking areas for Salford so far, 52% down the right, 38% down, well, 10% on the left-hand side. Garbutt and Longolo very much passengers, not as their own fault, but they are going down the right side. They'll get the free kick, and it's going to go to the right-hand side. You've already pointed out correctly, Joe, that Cisse and Graydon, Daling cook well. Then Ado almost becomes a central striker. Cisse moves a bit out wide, and Graydon moves in the work really well. And again, in a game like this, realistically, you want to see good football. We always want to see good football. It's like tournament football, isn't it? It's a final. It's just about winning, whether you play good or not. Just as you rightly point out, don't make mistakes. Take advantage of what you can. Get a scrappy goal. Who cares? If this is a terrible game, but Notts County go up or Salford go up, they won't care because they're playing League 1 football next season. Yeah,
indeed. And for Salford, I think they'll be looking now at how far Jody Jones gets up of the field, because Cisse and Graydon, like you said, link up very nicely. They push out onto that right-hand side. That caused a little bit of problem, because then you've got to have Bedeau slotting in behind Jones as well. Jones has then got to try and get back. And if you wanted to, you can have Longelo and Bedeau push more into the centre there. And it leaves Garbutt round the back there that might be all alone to whip a ball inside. And he might get onto the end of it and score, because there's things that Salford have kind of got to look out for there, that right-hand side could become more of a danger for them.
100%. At the back of County with McDonald, they have started the better of the two, if you will, especially in terms of possession. Give or take, about 65-75% possession in that ballpark, give or take. Lovely ball out to the right side for Cerula, dealt with by Longolo. into Osterfield, and Garbutt will punt it long, looking for the run of Ado. Heavy touch from Ness, and then does what he needs to do, just punts it away at the moment. Very direct back and forth. Lovely touch from Robertson there just to take it down, then flick it over the head of the on-rushing Osterfield. And County once again just keep a hold of the ball. Of course, getting here, it was 1-0 Notts County over the two legs against Chesterfield. The one their away game, 1-0, 0-0 in the home draw. This is what they have to do. Salford and Grimsby, much more of a goal scoring affair. 7 goals over the two legs. Salford won 2-1 in the first leg away from home. Then, as I said, a 2-all draw in the second leg at home. Callum Sesse with that late winner. So maybe we're in for some drama this afternoon as well. But as it stands, it is goalless between the two sides. Of course, we haven't been blessed with loads of goals. Its attention, you don't want to make a mistake. It's almost, again, especially in the first 15-20 minutes, you'd rather not make a mistake than try and do something. You want to, if it's in the 85th minute, that's when you've got to make something happen, kind of thing, because you want to win the game. The opening 15-20 minutes, you just don't want to give your opponent anything.
No, you don't. You want to stay relaxed. You want to play simple football. Just pass it around and make sure that it is simple. And, if the ball has to get from underneath your feet, just kick it away as soon as you can, because that's when mistakes happen. We saw it with Notts County passing it around the back a little bit, that Salford did try and compress them down a little bit, and that's where the mistake nearly did happen for them. We saw it with the start as well, with the long ball over the top.
Well, we did. Salford now opportunity, well defended by McDonald. Back to the goalkeeper, puts Belcher under a bit of pressure there, but once again, down the right-hand side for Salford. That's where the danger is. One back well in the middle by Osterfield, but he's on him like a rash. It was Jatta there, pressing down to win the ball back. Dusman is a bit out of position, though. Ayo Pender into Robertson. Nice little 1-2. Cerula, as Jones already spoke about, a little bit deeper, but he will find Jones instead. Will Ayo Pender on the left-hand side. Early ball into the box. Jatta is there, just gets underneath it. And it goes wide of the mark there. It's one of them where I don't think it's a bad ball. I don't think it's a great ball because it's into a good area, but it's behind Jatta. If he's running onto it, it's a different story. Does get underneath it a little bit, but I like that if I'm a striker, I like that my winger is trying to find me quickly. That happens another time. He probably gets it onto me, runs onto it. Half a chance for Notts County.
Yeah, it is indeed, but it's a ball inside the box, isn't it? That's what they want to see more of. Try and get Jatta a little bit more involved in this game. We've got a close-up of him. He's already sweating. He has run around quite a bit. I won't be surprised if Jody Jones is absolutely dripping in sweat, but yet again, he had so much space on that left-hand side and nobody closed him down. Grayden was looking to Minoga and looking, well, go towards him, and he didn't. And then suddenly, Jones has got the ball and he's whipped it in, and that's where Grayden's then had to kind of get involved, and that's a less man inside the box. You've got to shut Jody Jones down a little bit quicker now. You've seen what he can do. You know he's going to try and get that space on the left-hand side, and at the moment he's having that space on the left-hand side. You've got to try and do something about it. You've got to close it down.
I think as you point out as well, the problem was Jones on the left-hand side, and for example, Mdoga, he's going to put the cross into I go to him, stop the cross, or as you point out, well, he's going to swing the ball into the box. I could be an extra body, so that's where the problem became, wasn't it? Where I can imagine with a full-back up against the wing-back, he's at my man, he's at the winger. It's quite awkward, isn't it? But then at the same time, I can imagine if a winger gets in behind, well, you're running at a centre-back, aren't you? So it's a bit give and take with a wing-back system. But Notts County, to give them credit, they play it all the time, so they're a lot more used to it, defending and attacking. On the left-hand side, Salford have a throw-in through Garbutt, the skipper of the side. 16 minutes on the clock at Wembley, goalless. So long for an up for Ado. We just saw the official stats on possession, just about 90 seconds or so. 72% in favour of Notts County. So they've knocked it around well, but Salford again are just trying to get what they're given almost, and they've got another throw in here. Garbutt might go for the long-ranging one. It's about level with the penalty area, give or take, on the left-hand side. They are trying to pack the box up. They have got a tall side, it has to be said. Notts County do have a tall side as well, so the set pieces could be very interesting. Olowu and Cooper are up there as well. He takes it short into Longolo. First touch is poor, loops a ball into the edge of the box, tries to get stabbed back into the middle by Butcher. It's Kale laid away, only as far as Butcher. Swings the ball into the box, never really gets underneath it. Quite a flat cross, cleared away. Lovely first touch from Graydon. The sun was right in his eyes there. Plays it back to Butcher, and You spoke about the first 15, maybe 20 minutes of Notts County trying to go far. Maybe this is where the bit of momentum swings away of Salford. The ball is swung into the box by Garbutt, a little bit too much on it. Trickles out of play for a goal kick for County. But this might be where Salford, as you pointed out, right, we're going to do what we're going to do. You're going to be on the front foot, right, we'll accept that. Once that's kind of passed, we'll get on the ball, we'll start making things happen.
Yeah, indeed. They've seen that Notts County have come at them now and are going to throw some things at them. Salford are going to have to return it, fire something back at them. And that across, it wasn't the best. Ado was being held up there. He didn't quite pull away from his man. Needed maybe a few more bodies in the box. But even then, pull it back on the edge of the area. There was a few players there that you could have pulled it back to. Went for the cross instead. It's one of them that you want to try and get the ball in the box as soon as you can. Get your strikers involved, but this is where Salford now are going to have to kind of come at Notts County as well for 10 minutes or so and show them that this is what we're going to try and throw at them.
No, I think you're spot on. You've got to ensure that we're still a problem as well. Long ball from right to left, intercepted well by Cerula. He's had a great clearance from the County wing back. Under pressure by Norburn, there is Butcher. Well, he's butchered down by Norburn, if you will, is the midfielder. It's not a yellow card, maybe the referee, again, with things like yellow cards, and it's not that isn't a foul, a yellow card will be a foul, I should say. But you've got to be careful, haven't you, with what a referee... Because it's such a big game, is the referee going to be very lenient with cards? I thought in the Europa League final last week, there was about 4 yellow cards inside the first 13 minutes or so, and that's the referee setting out his stall. Ball over the top now for Jatta. He's going to get in behind, he's going to get there as well. A little bit wider opportunity. 2-on-1 against him. He holds it up well, plays it back to Jones. Great tackle by Osterfield there. That's unfortunate. I think if Jatta was played a bit more centrally, he'd have taken a touch and gone for an early strike. I don't think it's a bad ball from Luca at all. It's just with his left foot, it's always going to curl away from Jatta. I think they do very well, the two centre-backs in Oluwu and Cooper to hold him up. I also thought Jatta did well. I thought it was all around. There wasn't a bad piece of play. He just needed more support there.
Yeah, he did indeed, but he's playing as that lone striker role. But that's really nice from Luca. He saw the vision. It's a great run by Jatta as well. A few times players do make those early runs. This time he didn't. Timed it to perfection. Got in front of Oluwu and Cooper there. And, Cooper and Oluwu did really well to kind of hold him off. Oluwu kind of backed off and made sure that he closed down the shot coming in from Jatta, and then Cooper put him under pressure. That's good defending there because you've blocked out that shot, meaning that he has to turn away from the goal and find somebody to pass it to. And Garbutt was tracking back anyway, so he couldn't have passed it to the man on his right-hand side. So it was good defending by Salford there.
It was, as a whole. It's just one of them, unfortunately for Luca, isn't it? Unfortunately, I think he almost plays the ball and doesn't run after the ball. He almost plays the ball and sits there and watches, because he's one of the players in behind with Io Pender who really needs to support, as Joe rightfully said. Jatta is the lone striker, so you need those number 10s to really stride forward and help out. Norburn back to Cerula on the right-hand side. 20 minutes on the clock. Notts County 0, Salford 0. It's been the better of the two sides has been Notts County. In terms of shots, we've only had one. That was Jatta's header, just outside, just about on the penalty spot, give or take, is where he said got underneath it and then it goes wide. That's the only shot we've had in the opening 20 minutes, as you can imagine. Around the UK, it's absolutely boiling. No difference at Wembley. I can imagine that's affected, and that might be why Salford have been happier to sit back and being County right. You go forward. You take it to us. We'll take what we do get, and when we get momentum, that's when we'll go after it a little bit more. County have the ball on the right hand side, just inside the Salford half. Norburn, Cerula trying to slow it down a little bit. As soon as I say that, he thinks it up top. Io Pender, can he reach it? Yes, he can. He has to awkwardly though put a ball into the box. Ball just never fell for him kindly. Longalo gets past his man. Is he keeping in play? Yes, he does. Keeps going as well. It's a great run. Cerula just almost a little bit of the push and a little bit of a clip of the ankles, and because it's a cynical foul, that's from the yellow card. Longalo has had to do a lot more defending, and it's been very much heavy on the right-hand side. He's on the left-hand side. He's the winger. But that was tremendous from the winger there.
Yeah, he headed it down and then kneed it and got his shin pad around the ball to keep it in play. Did really well there to block off Cerula as well, who then clipped the back of his heels. And, in that sort of situation, it's going to be a foul. It's going to be a yellow card. But if I'm Salford now, I'm looking at that. Cerula's given away that foul. Longello then had the beating of him as well. I'd look to maybe head down the left-hand side now.
No, I think you're spot on there. You might be saying, yeah, let's just right, you've beaten once, keep going at him, you're right, you go left, go right. That's a danger now. From this free kick, Garbutt, he's on set-piece duty, is the skipper. Long one into the edge of the area, on the about 30 yards out. Strike comes in, takes a deflection. Was that off of a Salford man or a Notts County man? I'm not quite sure. So many bodies in the box. I want to say it's gone out for a corner there. And it was just nodded back, and it fell for Butcher. I thought he was going to strike it first time and try and slice it in. He's headed away by McDonald. But that's a decent chance. You know what? No one closed him down, go for the shot, and now they've got a corner.
Yeah, he took a few touches there, cut inside on the left foot, had the opportunity to take the strike, so did. It's a good header from McDonald as well, just to head it straight up into the air. You see them a few times where some defenders might get them wrong, and it ends up actually going in the back of the net itself, but that's really good defending by Notts County in the end.
Will be another set piece. Garbutt with the outswinger, goes for everyone. County can't quite clear their lines, still just on the edge of their penalty area. Butcher swings one back in. Still there is Cooper. Again, it's a bit of head tennis between the two sides, very hectic and frantic. That is cleared away by Jones, but Garbutt goes up to win the header, and then Cerula just lumps it away into the Salford half. So for the moment, Notts County were the better side in the opening. We just hit the 23rd going into the 24th minute. County being the better side in this opening first half of the first half. But Salford are finding their feet. Here come County though, as I say that. Jones wants too much time on the ball. Great backtracking there from Sesse. And now that's opened up a bit of space for Salford. This game's coming to life a little bit more now. Asterfield out to Longolo. Once again, he's going to run against Cerula. Goes back to Garbutt. Swings a beautiful cross into the back post. The door's there. Headed away. Graydon is unfortunately not going to get there. Jones is going to clear it away. Again, those we've already pointed out a few times, Jatta's up there on his own, so can't bring it down. And even if he did, he probably has a 3 versus 1 to get away from. Garbutt will swing it to the right-hand side. Jones, oh, great header away. Sesse falls for him, takes it past his man, great body feint, drives into the penalty area, puts one into the box, cleared away. No one would have been there, and that has just been a better option to let that roll away. Very, very, very frantic, though, between the two sides. Might just be calming down now, but the game has come more to life in the last 5 minutes or so. 24 minutes on the clock. It is Notts County 0, Salford 0. Independent off-tube studio commentary of this League 2 playoff final. And to take us through to half-time, pass you over to Joe.
Yeah, it's with Notts County inside their own half as well. They will pass it forward onto Jatta. He's using his body strength well, but it's one back, and the referee has called, I think, for a drinks break now, and the players will go off and go get some refreshments on this very, very warm day. I think he would have given a free kick anyway for that foul on Jatta anyway, but he has called a little drinks break just for the time being. And this gives a chance for some of the team as well just to have a little rethink. It gives Carl Robinson a time just to have a little talk with his players, just to have a little think alongside them as well, as we see the Salford co-owner in Gary Neville there in a shirt and tie. Long sleeve though today he's gone for. He's not gone for the short sleeves, and he seems to be sweating a little bit up in that box as well. But it gives them time now. It gives Carl Robinson something to think about. Does he tell them to head more down that left-hand side now, or does he tell them just keep it the same, play it until half-time, might change a few things?
Yeah, if anything, I know Robinson probably in the first 15 minutes would have loved a word with his side. Probably it would have not liked that drinks break to come for another 5 minutes or so, just because Salford were a little bit on top, weren't they? I think if anything, it'd be Notts County who come better away with that. I can see as well the spray bottles are out. I think you were rightfully put out that Jody Jones might be soaked in sweat. I'm surprised people out there was pouring bottles of water all over him to cool him down. But you are right, it's a little bit much. It reminds me of, and I'm not trying to say that the game has been split into quarters here, it's almost very NBA, NFL like, where you just get that little bit of a quarter change. You get your 4 quarters, get a little bit of a team talk as well. You can have a bit of a sit down, have a bit of a breather, and you can reset and you can kind of go again, can't you? So especially in this weather, it is very much needed from both sides, and I think it'll be important as well that, as you say, that the players just mentally get that rest in this heat as well, don't they? They get the fluids on, and they can have a word. Also, they can have a word without no one hearing them as well, the other side. So I'm sure the fans as well, they're topping up the tans, most of them as well. So it's been a really good game so far. Very tense, as you would expect, but definitely a game that it's starting to click into gear as well.
It is indeed. 36.6 degrees Celsius. Around Wembley Stadium, and the Salford fans, well, they're in the hot sun. There's reasons why the tops are off there, and the Notts County fans, well, they're happy in the shade part of Wembley. I always say, if you are going to go to Wembley, try and get the top part of it, because that's where the shade is, instead of right down at the bottom where you're in the where you're in the sun. And well, a few Manchester United supporters in there as well with the with the Manchester United things. But yeah, a few of the players there getting the cold towels that have been wrapped up nicely around their necks. Then well, Salford have won each of their last 5 meetings with Notts County since a 2-0 home defeat in League Two in September 2023. That includes 2-1 victories home and away in the 2025-26 campaign. Well, the referee has called them back onto the field then, and we will get underway with Notts County on the ball then for this free kick, which will be looking down to go to the right-hand side, Norburn, but he just drops it into Badeau on the left, and things will be kicked off then yet again after that little cooling break. Ball onto the right-hand side. Cerula has possession of it. Nice little 1-2 with Ness there, and then just drops it back into the path of McDonald, who is in the sun at the moment. Of course, Notts County aiming towards the Salford fans, so I won't be surprised. Maybe try and pepper the goalkeeper with a few shots there, because Young does have the sun in his eyes.
Yeah, and I know it's a bit old school, but you used to see a lot of goalkeepers with caps on when the sun would be there. You know, Dean Henderson still sports it, but not many goalkeepers wear them these days, do they? So, yeah, you're right. And one thing as well, I know Young's a good goalkeeper, same with Belshaw. If you don't test them, you don't know if there's a mistake in them. We've already seen nervousness with the outfield players. Maybe a goalkeeper's a bit nervous as well.
Yeah, indeed. And at the moment, of course, well, neither goalkeepers have had much time on the ball. I think you need to maybe to get a goalkeeper more involved in the game. He does need to have 1 or 2 shots against him, but he also needs to have a little bit of time and ball at the feet. And at the moment, the ball's not really gone out for any goal kicks. It's not been passed back to any of the goalkeepers at the moment, because it's just all attacking players. I say that. Here come Notts County then on the right-hand side. Cerula up against Longello, just drops it back into the path of Robertson then. Robertson is looking for the pass on. He finds Iropenda then. Iropenda tries to turn away from his man. A little grapple in there, but Salford come away with it, and the challenge comes in then from Robertson, who's not happy with the linesman on that sideline, but Salford will get themselves a free kick, and well, Longello there is slow back up towards his feet there. Maybe a little bit of worrying signs from him.
Yeah, he didn't. I wonder if it was a knock on. I wasn't quite sure. You're right. He did take a while to get back to his Martin Patterson. 26 wins in 53 games as the county head coach. He's had a great season for County, but Longello as well. I just think he's had, as you rightly pointed out, he's got Sorello on a yellow card now. That's the only time he's had a piece of the ball. Getting back out to the left-hand side, I said Garbot's a great fullback as well. Up and down, up and down. I think they're missing the trick. He's down the left-hand side now, though, and that's where it could come into play. Yeah,
and there will be a throw-in then on the left-hand side. Garbot will be the taker of it. And he will wait, the captain, just getting a few of the players higher up the field then as he launches it towards the edge of the area. Then on this left-hand side, it's headed away easily, though, by Notts County. Ness was just in behind Ado there and managed to win him to the ball, but he's gone out for another throw-in on the left-hand side. Garbot, yet again, will take it. He's looking for Longello to kind of get away from his man at the moment. Cerula's tight behind him though, and Cerula gets the challenge in on him. Did it come last off of Longello? It didn't. It'll be another Salford throw in though, but they're sticking tight to the players, and you can see now that Cerula is definitely sticking a little bit tighter to Longello. As I say that, Longello breaks away from him, and Garbot can put the cross in. Headers flicked on at the near post towards the back, and it's out of play there by Jody Jones. He had to make sure that got out for the corner because he didn't know who was behind him. But that's how quickly Salford like to change things up.
Yeah, they do, and it's a good head. Butcher's one at the front post, isn't it? I wasn't sure if it was Butcher or Cooper. Just flies in, you go, I could have just put it out. So it's another set piece, and Salford are building nicely now. Yeah, it's another corner for them on that right-hand side. Players have switched, and you can see there, I think Cerula has switched to pick up a different man. Ball in towards the near post. Comfortable catch for the goalkeeper, though.
fell short with a comfortable one then. That's the first time that his hands have been on the ball, I think, and he wasn't really getting pushed or pulled, but nearly catching him out because it nearly went into the back of his own net then.
Yeah, watching it as well, I think if you'd have had no one in the goal, if you were just trying to put it in the back of there, I think that would have gone in the back there, or hit the post or something like that. So it's not a bad delivery from Gar, but all you want maybe is someone making that run in front of the goalkeeper, not messing with the goalkeeper. Here comes Jatta.
Yeah, ball around the back, and Xhaka will try the shot, and it's into the back of the net. Alisson Jatta with the second shot for Notts County, and it's the first goal for them, and it had to be him as well to set the pace to 15 minutes before half-time, and Jatta has put the fans high up there.
Well, 16 goals this season. That'll be his 17th, and that is by far the biggest and most important one for Jatta. Lovely strike, isn't he? Just passes it in the back of the net. I want to see Young maybe even gets a touch on it as well. That proves how nicely he's hit it as well. It was just on the left-hand side. It's a nice run. Plays it into Jones as Bidot, and he just runs past his man. Unfortunately, Oluwu is just a little bit in front of Cooper, and he gets in behind Cooper, and then Oluwu just can't catch him. And for a pace, to say he's a 6'4" forward, my word, is he got a turn of foot there. He places it so well. Watching it back again, I'm sure as a goalkeeper he'd say, I want to do better. I think it's a good strike. Maybe he could have had a more powerful palm to it, but I think it's a great strike from Jatta. As we said, he's the lone striker, but they got him in there one-on-one. Great strike, and Notts County do probably deserve this lead.
It's the third time that they've put that ball around the back, though, and Salford have got to look at that and go, well, he's played it once or twice there. Don't let it happen the third time. They've let it happen the third time, and Jatta's got a goal from it.
That's the problem. You've got to learn, haven't you? But you can probably allow one and then not learn from it. The second one, after this, right, the second one, that's the one thing we're not going to allow. And the one thing you would say is that was the time where they kind of got him in behind, but they made it so he could run onto the ball. The other times he hasn't been able to. Here come County again.
Yeah, they do with Jones then, and they are coming forward with some pace there, and Wonga, well, thought he'd fouled his man there. The referee says no, and then he runs into Robertson, who just stays put where he is there. It'll be a free kick for Salford.
You've got to learn, haven't you? Word on it as well. If you'd have had no one in the goal, it's not bad. Keeper. Here comes Jatta
with the second shot for Notts County, and it's Alisson Jatta. Yeah, ball around the back, and Xhaka will try the shot, and it's into the back. Pace up the
and most important one for Jatta. Lovely strike, isn't he? Just passes it in the back of the net. I want to see Young maybe even gets a touch on it as well. That proves how nicely he's hit it as well.
And well, since the start of last season in League Two, only Bromley's Michael Cheek on 41 has struck more goals than Notts County Jatta, 34. In that time, the Magpies forward has only played against Colchester more times, 4, than Salford, 3, without scoring. He's broken that now because he's scored against Salford. Now, it had to be him though, didn't it, really? But like we said, 3 times they've tried to put that ball around the back to him. Oluwu at the start was sticking very tight to him. He seems to have dropped onto Cooper a little bit more now, and may have found a little bit of the weak link.
Yeah, I think you're right. If anything, that was a run that he made, wasn't he? He made it. So Oluwu, he was on his blind side, so he couldn't see the run. He went to Cooper's side. I think you're right there. And I mean, looking at how many goals have been scored this season for Notts County, Dennis is second with 14. Jatta's on top with 15. It's a big drop off from there as well. That's the biggest problem. Jatta 15, Dennis with 14, Johnny Jones with 8. Jatta, with that being his 16th, I'm looking at stats pre-game. He's got double the goals of Jody Jones. I know it's a striker, but sometimes you need a little bit of extra help, don't you? I know it's a little thing. Passing accuracy, 87% Notts County, 55 for Salford. So they're not even finding their own teammates. Nearly more often they're finding Notts County than their own teammates.
Yeah, indeed. I think for Salford, I think for Carl Humpton now, is that he doesn't let any of the heads drop there for that goal. He'll want his players to keep pushing on there and keep on trying to get a goal back before half-time, because that equaliser then will settle them down a bit. 1, because they've scored a goal, but 2, because they know that they can come back from this.
100%. There's never a bad time to score a goal, but probably at the start or end of halves, they're always better, aren't they? Once again, Notts County winning it. Here they come with Jones again.
Yeah, Jones. Rapenda's made the run in behind, but he just plays it into Luca there. I think he was looking for Robertson instead, and Luca took the ball away from him and has lost it now. So here comes Salford on this right-hand side then. Ball is played back. It was Cisse who had won it, but he's just played it back towards his defenders then. On to Butcher. And Nogo will have it on the right-hand side. Not much pressure coming from Notts County when Salford are playing it round the back at the moment. They're just letting them do what they want. Obviously, very hot day, 36 degrees out in that sunshine. So they're not going to really put the pressure on until they get into that final third or so. But a lovely challenge comes in from Jones there on Graydon as the ball ended up in his half, and Notts County are quick to win the ball back and finding it maybe a little bit too easy to do so. Yeah,
they've won it a couple of times in the middle and that defensive third. They've gone in, not for the big tackles, but in terms of sliding tackles, haven't they? And they've been really good with them. Nearly a mistake at the back there from McDonald, not for the first time, but I felt that where Cessie won the ball, I thought they were going to counter-attack it, and I almost, to a degree, thought he looked and went, no, everyone is knackered. Let's almost hit the reset button here.
Yeah, indeed, of course. Well, Notts County have dropped 11 points from winning positions. It's the same as Salford as well, though. And Salford have gained 7. But if Notts County were to go down to Salford, they've gained 18 points from losing positions. So at the moment, though, it is looking all in Notts County at the moment. They've got the higher of the passing accuracy as well, 87%. I think Salford only had about 35, or so at the moment. So Notts County still on possession of the ball. Cerula, nice little passing between him and Robertson at the moment, and Robertson then just plays it off of Longello, and he'll got to play for a Notts County throw-in then on that right-hand side. Fewest touches of the map at the moment, and it's both the strikers, Cisse and Adair on 6 and Cisse on 9 at the moment. You know, you've got to try and get your strikers more involved, but there's not been that many balls inside the box for Salford.
No, they haven't, and any of the passes into them, most have been overhit, haven't they? Cross has been overhit or underhit, so it's not even finding them. And the third one as well was Graydon. That's your right midfielder as well, so I think it's as you spoke about a goalkeeper sometimes, you want to have a few saves that you don't. You want to have a few crosses to come out clear. Well, as a striker, you want to have a touch of the ball and have some strikes at goal, and I think sometimes that's where the problem is, how many times you see strikers drop that far deep because they're just like, give me a few touches of the ball, let me try and do something. And I think it's credit to Notts County as well, but Salford, they just seem a ball of nerves right now.
Indeed, and here comes Salford though on the left-hand side, Longello, with possession of it. Just drops it into the path of Cooper. Cooper is looking for a runner. Osterfield is his man. Osterfield switches it out onto that right-hand side. Minogo with a lovely little pass into Graydon, then gets the ball back. He was looking for the overlapping run of Cisse. He just stopped in his tracks, though. And, well, Belshaw just watches that one go out of play. But at the moment, Salford not seeming really in sync with each other. Of course, Carl Robinson has been in an EFL playoff final before. It did end in defeat to Wycombe with Oxford in 2020. In League One, Notts County manager Martin Patterson, meanwhile, won the 2009 Championship playoff final as a player with Burnley, and he won it against Sheffield United then. Ball high up into the air to Jata, who's looking to flick it on, but Aluwu has won it before him. Notts County have won it back in midfield, though. Rapenda tried to set Jata away, and he gives away a foul, though, on Butcher in the middle of the park, inside the Salford half, though, and he will wait his turn now. Well, Salford, I think the goalkeeper might be taking this one in Young. Actually, they've left it there. Butcher's gone back towards it, and well, he's played it out to Minoga there, and Minoga wasn't even looking. He was getting instructions from Carl Robinson. He's done well, though, and finds Graydon on the right-hand side. He plays it into Butcher then, middle of the park at the moment for Salford. Switched out onto the left for Garbutt. He's looking for a few options. Finds the overlap of Osterfield, who we haven't really spoke about within this first half. A few touches for him at the moment. Ball played forward to Adair. Longello has it now, not being closed down, tries to fire in the cross, finds his pathway blocked, gets a heavy touch there, and well, Nest came across him. The referee didn't see anything wrong in it, and I think it will be, oh no, he did, and pulls it back for the free kick, I think, and I think the referee's got that one right there. Longello yet again getting the beating of another man on this left-hand side, and I think they've got to try and play it out more towards him.
Yeah, you said that as soon as he got the yellow card against Cerulu, and I want to say Cerulu tackled him out for a throw-in about 10 minutes ago. That's the third time they've let him have a run. 2 out of 3. It's not a yellow card, but some referees might give that as a yellow card.
Yeah.
At first, I hooed for a bit because I thought that Ness had gone in and kind of really taken him out. He stayed on his feet, so it was a good foul, if you get what I mean. But it's another opportunity. This is a really good opportunity for Garbutt to really whip this cross in from this set piece.
Indeed, then. Plenty of players towards that back stick. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on there. Adair is complaining to the referee that Robertson is pushing onto him. But here comes Garbutt then with the free kick towards that backstick. Headers rise, missed by Cooper, and goes out for Jones to chase, and he does manage to keep it in play. Flicks it around, Butcher again then, and Butcher brings him down, and it'll be a free kick on that left-hand side. I wonder if the referee will have a word with Butcher. He won't give him the yellow card, it's just a talking to, but it will be a free kick. Robertson straight into the face of the referee there, and he's got to be careful. He's had one or two digs at a few of the officials, but it will be a free kick to Notts County. But Cooper there nearly finding the target.
Yeah, that was, I thought it was a lovely cross. It was just away from the defender's head, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right, Robertson might talk himself into the referee's book at this point. I feel the reason why the ref hasn't given it is because it's in their own half. If that was... I think maybe what Robertson was saying is, well, Cerula did the same thing and got a yellow card. Obviously, the difference is Longello was driving forward for an attack. Butcher's almost stopped any counter, hasn't he? Nothing got going. He just went past him. So that's probably a warning, isn't it? As you say, the next foul you make, that will be a yellow card. Our camera's panned to Cooper. I don't know if he's maybe picked up a bit of a knock. He is walking him a little bit gingerly, so that'll be something for us to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, the right hand side, of course, he's got the two left fingers, I think it is, bandaged up as well there, so he's clearly broken one of them. But yeah, holding and clutching at that right leg is just after the header, which he did miss, but he came in from all behind the Notts County players. I think that's one to kind of look out for Salford then. Ball is looking for Jatu, who's landed heavily there, back up towards his feet though. He's got the strapping around the wrist as well. It was Aluwu who managed to beat him towards the ball though. Goes out for a throw-in to Notts County on that left-hand side then. And it will be, of course, Jones to take it. He's looking for a few options down the field. Jones still looking for a few options. Not much movement coming from Notts County at the moment. He'll just launch it down the line. And, well, Jata tried to get away and does so. I thought the referee might pull it back there. He doesn't. And he lets play continue. Bodo tries to get the ball back down the left-hand side for Jones. It's away, though, by Cooper. Launched high up into the air. Doe is beaten in there. Butcher is all over, and a challenge comes in there. Minoga has got to be careful, and that was a bad one. That really was a bad one. Jones is the right leg there, and I won't be surprised if the referee gives out the yellow card here for Minoga, and it will be a yellow card down that right and left-hand side. And that's one now for Notts County to look at. Both left backs then getting inside of the both right backs, getting inside of the referee's book, and that was a cynical one from Minoga.
It was, and he flew into it really, didn't he? He left his feet, and I watched it. It's not a red card, but that's on the verge of, if he catches him a bit higher, he catches him on his ankle. If that's higher, there's a real opportunity. That could be a red card. He catches his right boot, his left foot goes over, but he catches him on the right. If that's more on the calf area, he could have been in some trouble.
Indeed, he caught him a little bit with the studs just on the ankle there, Minoga, but he's in the referee's book, and, well, Notts County have this free kick then. Jones will take it. He won the free kick, so he will take it as well. Two arms raised, maybe looking to go towards the back stick here then. They'll take their time with this one. They're looking for an option. Bodo and McDonald, Nessa in there as well. And the ball... Well, no, I think the referee's just having a word with one or two players, actually. A little bit of pushing and shoving on the edge of the area, but the ball will be swung towards McDonald, who tries to lift it back up there. Header comes in, and it's into the back of the net. I think it's Robertson who has got there, rising up higher than anybody else. It's into the back of the net. It's Ness, who has got Notts County second. What a ball in, back in by McDonald, who was unmarked, the captain, at the back stick. It was a brilliant delivery. Poor defending from Salford, though. It's Notts County second.
I mean, you spawned McDonald. Who's marking him?
No, nobody.
No one's marking him. At first, I thought, you can even watch it from the start, there is no one on him. It's not like a man gets blocked off or anything like that. And he puts it into a great area. And Ness he perfectly takes that running in where the defenders for Salford are so flat-footed that they're never going to get there. And Ness, what a leap from the 24-year-old defender. It's a beautiful header. I mean, the goalkeeper, I think he gets a fingertip on it. He is so close. He's not stopping that. I really feel for Young because he's got 2 goals put past him, but 2 great goals. One from Jata, that powerful header there from Ness. It's all about the leap, and he doesn't get underneath it, doesn't get over it. It's a perfectly timed header. I said about scoring goals, there's never a bad time to score them, but to go 2-0 up in stoppage time. We've got 4 minutes of it. We played a minute. We'll probably still play another 4 because the goal went in right on the 45th minute mark into the 46th minute, if you will. But what a time to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, indeed. Third goal for Lucas Ness since joining Notts County in 2024. Of course, signed from Charlton Athletic. And he has got on the score sheet in a big game. We all dream, of course, of scoring in those games. But for Salford now, the heads will be dropping ever so slightly. It's the goal that they didn't want before half-time. It's a bit of a big mountain to climb now. They will be shooting towards the the shade, hopefully for them, but it's one of them where you've got to try and test the goalkeeper a little bit more. They've had a few openings and they haven't really taken them.
No, they haven't. That's been the problem. I think the problem for, if I was a Salford, if I was a part of the staff, a fan of one of the players, sometimes where it's in a final, I just don't think, and tactically, mentally, I don't know, because it's a massive opportunity. They just haven't showed up. If you play really well and you lose, you kind of sit there and go, we could have been better. Salford have been poor. It's almost that Notts County deserve this 2-0 lead. Looking at the stats, it's about 2 shots, none on target. One coming in the 6-yard box from Butcher. The other one was his effort from range, which took a deflection. Notts County have just been... I should have been more positive. They've been on the front foot. They've tried to. Salford have almost defended and booted it long. And I mean, the 2 players I feel for is Ado and Sesse, because they've been fed absolute scraps in this first half.
Yeah, they have indeed. And Ado and Cisse have had basically no touches of the ball. Ado has only had 7, and most of them have been inside of his own half. So that tells you how much kind of defending he's had to do and drop back as well and help out his defenders. You want him up the field. You want to get more balls towards him. They're playing with 2 strikers there, and at the moment, Notts County, who are playing with 1, are looking a lot stronger and looking more likely to go on and score maybe a few more.
Yeah, the highlight of the half for me has been Longolo. He's been fantastic and he's not been given enough opportunities. But here come County again.
Yeah, Rapendo's been brought down there. Will be a free kick. Actually, I think the referee has seen that the linesman's flag is up on that far side. It has been. Rapendo was in an offside position, so Salford somewhat got away with one there.
No, you're right. It's very close. I don't know if Oluwu is leaving him onside. It's very close.
Yeah, it is.
And it would have been a foul. You're spot on. If offside wouldn't have been given. Here comes Salford though. They'd love to get a goal before half time.
Longelo then with possession of the ball on this left hand side. He'll have a little run before getting fouled by Rapendo. Actually, the referee has seen it and has not given it. A few of the Salford players were looking towards him, but Notts County have given it away yet again. Cerula it was who tried to get the ball long downfield. Didn't work out though, and it just fell straight into the path of Longelo, who's playing some nice football here with Osterfield. And Osterfield, poor ball back. Cerula has picked it up then. Fine.
It's free to sell on eBay. So I sold it. It's free and easy to sell on eBay.
Field into the path of Irapenda, headed away by Oluwu. Minoga will try and get it down onto that left-hand side yet again, and Cerula, well, he's just going to watch it go out, and he tries to barge Longelo off the ball there and actually misses him and makes himself look a bit like a fool there. Of course, 4 minutes of additional time were added by the referee before the goal went in. We have played 4 minutes of it, but we've got a throw-in here for Notts County, and it will be Ness, the goal scorer of the second goal, to take it on that right-hand side. Barini there not looking too happy either. Neither was David Beckham when we saw a little glimpse of him as the camera panned in. But another throw-in for Notts County then on the right-hand side. It will be taken by Ness again then, just inside of his own half, up towards the halfway line. He's wanting his team to push forward ever so slightly. I think they'll head down towards the corner flag for this one then. And the referee actually will not let the throw-in be taken. He'll blow his half-time whistle then. Well, the goal to put Notts County in front came from Jatta, and then a brilliant header as well from Ness. It's been poor defending from Salford at the moment. It's been all Notts County with most of the possession as well. And at the break, it's Notts County who lead by 2-0.
thanks to goals from Jata and Ness. Notts County lead Salford 2-0 at half-time in the League Two playoff final. An opening 25 minutes were really tense, of course. It is so hot, 36 degrees at Wembley, but a lovely ball in behind for Jata, latched onto it and passed it into the bottom corner. Nothing Matthew Young could do about it. An important goal that was, and just before half-time, a ball into the box. Lucas Ness leaped the highest, bullet header into the back of the net. Notts County lead 2-0. Thanks to goals from Jata and Ness, Notts County lead Salford 2-0 at half-time in the League Two playoff final. An opening 25 minutes were really tense, of course. It is so hot, 36 degrees at Wembley, but a lovely ball in behind for Jata, latched onto it and passed it into the bottom corner. Nothing Matthew Young could do about it. An important goal that was, and just before half-time, a ball into the box. Lucas Ness leaped the highest, bullet header into the back of the net. Notts County lead 2-0. Thanks to goals from Jata and Ness, Notts County lead Salford 2-0 at half-time in the League Two playoff final. An opening 25 minutes were really tense, of course. It is so hot, 36 degrees at Wembley, but a lovely ball in behind for Jata, latched onto it and passed it into the bottom corner. Nothing Matthew Young could do about it. An important goal that was, and just before half-time, a ball into the box. Lucas Ness leaped the highest, bullet header into the back of the net. Notts County lead 2-0. Thanks to goals from Jata and Ness, Notts County lead Salford 2-0 at half-time in the League Two playoff final. An opening 25 minutes were really tense, of course. It is so hot, 36 degrees at Wembley, but a lovely ball in behind for Jata, latched onto it and passed it into the bottom corner. Nothing Matthew Young could do about it. An important goal that was, and just before half-time, a ball into the box. Lucas Ness leaped the highest, bullet header into the back of the net. Notts County lead 2-0. Thanks to goals from Jata and Ness, Notts County lead Salford 2-0 at half-time in the League Two playoff final. An opening 25 minutes were really tense, of course. It is so hot, 36 degrees at Wembley, but a lovely ball in behind for Jata, latched onto it and passed it into the bottom corner. Nothing Matthew Young could do about it. An important goal that was, and just before half-time, a ball into the box.
The semi-final second leg, the night from which the season extends, or the point at which it ends. The first meeting gave us much to discuss and digest. The second must produce a finalist. Salford City march out in possession of a much debated and dangerously slender lead, perhaps. Grimsby Town have work to do, fired up by feelings of injustice from part one. It's another playoff evening on a knife edge, with a huge prize up for grabs and two impressive outfits in the mix to grab it. And a bit of a tangle at the back. Eventually hacked away with Hudo wondering if he was going to be charging through. A lively back pass for Young to deal with. Graydon's touch, but into trouble. Here goes Cook, trying to prod it goalwards with plenty chasing him down.
Yeah, the initial play was slick from Grimsby, the way they win the ball back and then get it into Cook quickly. The right pass when Cook gets in is Vernon. He's waiting on the edge of the box. Striker just gets it wrong at the vital moment. Tries to go the outside of his right foot.
And that is a Salford City ball, which has bemused a few in black and white. David Artell very unhappy at that call. Here's Namai in behind Rodgers, who had a little go at him. Namai keeps on going and finds Graydon. That's a golden chance to stretch away.
Big chance. And it would have been another talking point because of the throw-in. Dave Artell's not happy with that, but wonderful running from Kelly Namai.
Step from Katsuri, who's got his own shirt, name and number on, and some defensive work to do, helped out by McJanet.
Bouncing ball causing a lot of problems, especially with Danudo and Kelly Namai near the scene. They will not give defenders a moment of peace.
In from Garbett. Alowu looking to attack it. Udo hits it! Salford City tighten their grip on their ticket to Wembley. Their advantage grows, as does their belief that this could be their year. That's a huge goal for him, for them, and does some real damage to the Grimsby Town cause.
It's a huge moment. The game was waiting for something to spark it into life, and it's come from the right boot of Danudo. Adioluo so often gets that contact in the box, and it bounces up in the air, and there's a lot for Danudo to do here. Hits it hard and low, absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper. Smart finish by Danudo. So often does the hard work, and he gets his big moment.
In from Butcher and out via Rogers. In from Garbett. Udo is there, Alowu as well. It's another corner, this time from the other side.
Yeah, Harvey Rogers got his work cut out, hasn't he?
In comes the corner. Oh, and it's rattled the woodwork. Alowu it was. And the offside flag raised in the end, I think, as bodies were tumbling. And the post is still vibrating.
Yes, that man again, Alowu, at the heart of it. Harvey Rogers goes to ground early. He's claiming a foul. And really, Adioluo, once he gets into that position, you can see he frees himself. He's 6 yards out. He's not really looking at the ball. He lets it hit the back of his head. Crashes against that far post. That could have been tie over.
Jackson Smith spotted a bit of space for Staunton. This is Green trying to release Vernham. Osterfield away. Green on the spin. Staunton searching for Cook, and the miscontrol from Garbett is costly. In it swirls. Oh, and in it goes. Now then. The goal they craved. The lifeline they needed. Parity on the night. Grimsby Town have their say in the second leg.
Yes, the captain so often has those big movements. Clever little run of the front post from the midfielder. Starts, darts out, isn't picked up, and the faintest of touches. That is a wonderful header from Kieran Green. Oh, Kabia reaching out his left arm. Does it change the direction of the ball? Does he get a touch on it? He's not in an offside position. Oh, it does just clip his elbow, doesn't it? It was going in anyway, he didn't need to do it.
There's McJanet, on to Vernham. Strolling through, looking for Amaluzor. And Green. Oh, and Kabia! Wow! From nowhere! Grimsby Town are level! The Peninsula Stadium stunned. That is playoff football in a nutshell.
Wow. You have to love the playoffs. Out of nowhere, Grimsby have just not been in this game, but they sparked into life at the vital moment. Excellent touch from Vernham. Drives across the pitch. And Malazor, little touch around the corner once again. Kieran Green running from midfield. Flashed it across. Kabia gets the run on Aluo and Minoga. Is he onside though? It's close. Smart finish. Good work from Kieran Green. Flashed it across. Kabia right place, right time. But did he go too early? David Artell will not care. Those Grimsby fans will not care. And we are back to all square in this tie.
Well, from a position of real authority in the tie, Salford City suddenly nervy and holding on. How they could do with someone of the quality and experience of Paul Scholes on the park. 6 minutes to add on. There's an element of wanting to be calm now, isn't there, with where Grimsby Town are, but the other part of David Artell will want his side to keep on pushing. McEachran had to slide in on Udo. This is Harris. And Garbett. Jackson Smith with safe hands.
Yeah, good hands from Jackson Smith. Salford had the overload, but look how quickly the Grimsby players are across the box. How does Carl Robinson feel now? Does he feel like he's team are throwing the game away, or is it Grimsby have deserved to get back into it? Need to lift themselves now going into extra time though.
And that's it for now. How do you begin to sum up a tie like this? A match that at times had very little in it of any real note and then exploded to life.
Lucas Ness so hot, 36 degrees at Wembley, but a lovely ball in behind for Jata, latched onto it and passed it into the bottom corner. Nothing Matthew Young could do about it. An important goal that was, and just before half-time, a ball into the box. Lucas Ness leaped the highest, bullet header into the back of the net. Notts County lead 2-0, thanks to goals from Jata and Ness.
2-1 to Grimsby Town on the night, 3-3 on aggregate. It is extra time for these two now.
And a warm welcome back to this afternoon's independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action from Wembley. The final playoff final. Of course, we had the Championship League 1 and League 2, and here comes Salford early on. One-on-one opportunity, heavy touches. The goalkeeper comes out, makes a great save. Belshaw there. What a start to the half that would have been. Cesse, the one driving through. He was the hero in the second leg, scoring that 117th minute strike to send Salford to Wembley. Already with intent, it was a lovely run to get in behind. His first touch was great, second touch was heavy.
Get ready for outdoor adventures with Smith's Toy Superstores. Bounce into action on the Thorpe Sports 10-foot trampoline.
Of all the action from the League 2 playoff final, County scored goals in the first half through Jata and in stoppage time through Ness to put them 2-0 up. Salford have made a change at half-time. Butcher is off and Ben Woodburn is on. There has been a pause in play, not missing anything. Looks like Belshaw and Cesse did pick up a bit of a knock into each other. I'll take you through the 11s in full in just a moment. It was Lewis Raftery, joined by Joe Pearson, take you through all the action this afternoon. And, well, it was a great time to score that next goal in stoppage time of the first half. What a response that would have been from Salford.
It would have been a great response, but here come Notts County down the right-hand side.
Pender, does he just keep it in? I think he does, but it's a decent ball in. It's cleared away, though, in the end. Looks like there might have been a bit of a tactical tweak. Myself and Joe were trying to almost work out wherever it is. It looks like Graydon is up top with Sesse, Odo's on the left, maybe Woodburn's on the right-hand side, or Longolo is on the right-hand side. Apologies, with Woodburn and Osterfield in the middle. But you can already see whatever has been said at half-time is definitely working, because Salford have more intent and they're coming forward once again. Good tackle there by Luca to win the ball. Very frantic opening to the half. Ball over the top, looking for Jata. Too much on it, into the arms of Matthew. And of course, what will be very interesting, because of course, as already mentioned, everyone will know it is absolutely boiling at Wembley. Just approaching 37 degrees. Might start to cool down, of course, as we go on in the second half. It's really when we kicked off, that's prime time heat, if you will. Interesting though, in the second half, going from left to right, Salford, going from right to left to Notts County. And looking at the stat, we're losing by 2 goals at half time. They've had 23 games at that. They've never won, they've drawn 2, and they've lost 21 since promotion to the EFL in 2019. So it's not good reading for Salford, but what a time to break a streak, it has to be said. But it'll be interesting that in this half, all of the sun is where the Grimsby players will be most of the time. Jones has it on the left-hand side, tries to take it past his man. Longolo is the one defending. Jones does well, but slips, and that was last off of Longolo, and looks like it will be a long throwing opportunity. You spoke about Jones because he was in the heat for all of that first 45 minutes. This is where I think substitutions throughout the second half play a massive part.
Yeah, indeed. It'll cool him down as well a little bit. But yeah, I think maybe, you approach that 60-minute mark, an hour into the game, 65-minute mark, and maybe changes start to come for both teams. Salford have already made a change. They took off Butcher and brought on Woodburn. For me, I would have maybe taken off Osterfield. He's not had a good start to the first half, and he didn't play well. I don't think we really spoke about him, but they've decided to go with that change instead.
Yeah, I don't think we spoke just before we went live for the second half. Butcher wasn't pulling up any trees, but he was more involved. He was getting about a bit more. It will be a corner for Notts County on the near side. Again, going from right to left, so where the broadcasters are, it's on the near side. It's only the third corner of the game. This is the first for County as well. Salford have had the opening 2. Will be an outswinger from the number 10, Jody Jones. It's high up into the air, nodded well away. Only Norburn will keep it alive on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Cerula, one of the players on a yellow card. Floats one into the back six. Badu's going to get there, nods it back into a dangerous area. Mnoga boots it away now. There might be a counter-attack on for Salford. Lovely hold-up play by Odo into Sesse. 1-2. Drives him a little bit wide, but forward come Salford. Can he find a ball into the box? Can he find an opportunity? Graydon made a great run to the front post, but instead he holds it up and still has it. Back he goes to Garbutt, who puts a terrible ball into the box, unless it does take a deflection. Garbutt says it had. I didn't think it did. I just thought he got well underneath it. It was well wide. I feel for Sesse there, because if you put it in a bit early, maybe it's deflected away. There's not many bodies in the box. And we'll watch back Garbutt. He's asking for a corner. It does come off IR Pender, so my apologies there. And it should have been a corner for Salford. Sesse, did he make the right decision? Should he put a ball into the box? Should he put it in earlier, or was it just a lot of options but not a real clear one?
I think the thing was Notts County were tracking back nicely there, and I think the play was just going to, I think it was Ness who was tracking back away from Graydon, would have got in front of him and maybe taken the ball away. But you try that opportunity, don't you? You try and take what you get in this sort of game, and Cisse there has got to put the ball, I think, for me, inside the box and at least try and get something, because if you put the ball inside the box, it could be that Ness is overrunning himself a little bit, misses it drops to Graydon, you get the shot in, but instead he went with somewhat the wrong option, held it up instead, waited his time, but no bodies were coming forward back inside the box then.
Well, it's that man who makes a foul on Cerula. I think he's quite lucky. At least he's not got a yellow card for that. I think that's at least worthy of a yellow card. He's completely misses the ball. It catches Cerula on the top of his, where the laces are on your boots, almost a little bit higher than that. I do think that should have been a yellow card. Maybe because there wasn't much force to it. Yeah. Maybe that's why he didn't fly into it. He just kind of catches him. It's not a good look, though. It has to be said. Of course, the yellow card players are Cerula. Well, it's the two right back, if you will, Cerula and Mnoga, as Matthew Young has it at the back. So quickly, we are just over 6 minutes into this second half, but the lineup's in full. Belshaw is in goal for County, back three of goal scorer number 2, Ness, McDonald and Bedeau, with 2 holders in midfield of Norburn and Robertson. Khalid Sarula on the right, Jody Jones on the left, with Luca, goal scorer of the opener Jata, and Ayor Pender as a forward 3 for Salford. Young is in goal, back 4 of Khalid Mnoga, Oluwu, Cooper and skipper Garbutt, with Graydon, looks like he might be playing on the right. We're kind of seeing how it develops. But Graydon, Woodburn is on for Butcher, Osterfield and Longillow, and a forward duo seemingly of Ido and Sesse. I said that Graydon might be on the right. He might be centrally. Longillow might even be playing as a wing back. I'm not too sure. He's really deep on the right-hand side. I don't know if they're trying to just go man for man against Notts County. That might just be what they're up to in this game. Mnoga, he's late there on Luca. Once again, Robertson's having a chirp at the referee. He might talk his way into the box just for some of his reactions. But, I mean, we didn't see it. It was off camera. Mnoga gets into his man. He puts his arm in front of him. It's a whole lot of nothing. It's a soft foul. I think they're trying to ask for a second yellow card, which that would be ridiculous from that. But Mnoga's going to be careful.
He does, and it's a little bit of a silly one, because maybe had the referee, had he gone in with a little bit more contact there, Mnoga, the referee might have seen that and been like, all right, okay, you don't really want to try and give away a red card. The referees don't really want to try and be sending anybody off. But he's got to be careful, because Luca now, they will put the pressure on this left-hand side, and you can see why they've put Longillow on that right-back sort of position now, is because they want to make sure that Jones is out of the game and that he's got 2 men on him. Well, if he's got 2 men on him, Notts County, there's space there to try and find, because there's less bodies inside the box then.
Yeah, and they've got numbers in different positions, haven't Notts County? They've got back 3, they've got wing backs, they've got 2 number 10s at midfield. I think they've outrun Salford in the first half. Nodded down there, long ball, headed down by a door. Looking to take advantage of it there was Sesse. He'll leave it for Garbutt, so it might be a long ranger. Of course, we've already spoke about substitutions, and one at half-time, Woodburn on for Butcher for Salford. Of course, both benches might be very vital in this heat, and someone coming on and making a difference. Long thrown into a door. He does really well to hold it up. But is it back to Sesse, into Osterfield? Gets caught up, takes it past a few players. Is he caught to the heels? No, he isn't. The fans behind there, we can see the South fans are happy. Great tackle, getting back there in the middle by Woodburn. I think he's come on, and we're only about 9 minutes into the second half, but I think he's added a bit more energy into the midfield. It has to be said. Longillow, I feel for him, because he's been great on the left-hand side. It's his first real run on the right. Finds a pass into Woodburn, ball into the box. But find Graydon, strike comes in. It's on target. It's unfortunate that he's away from goal. His body, it's really awkward. I think he does as well to just get that shot on target. But once again, they're asking for a hand ball here off of Bedeau. It hits his elbow. What do you think?
It's close to his body, isn't it? I thought maybe it might be the left arm that he was going to kind of raise out, and it hits it. It hits the elbow. You know, it's close down to his body. I can see why there might be a little bit of a shout from it, but for me, no, definitely, I think the referee's got that right call.
I agree with you as well. Of course, there is VAR in action, of course, in all of the playoff finals, the Championship, EFL, League 1 and League 2. So, of course, they will have had a quick look at that, Mark and Assured, and I think you're right. If the elbow's a little bit further out, I can see it being given, but it's almost, his elbow is as close to his body as it can be, and it's his elbow. Unless you'd like him to have no right elbow, there's nothing he can really do about that. Can Bedeau brought down Osterfield, brings down Luca there, and unfortunately continues to not pull up any trees, unfortunately, the midfielder. But Longillow had the ball, he picked it up, took it past his man, played a nice ball into Woodburn. I think Woodburn's come on and done well, but for me, the standout player, you've already mentioned him earlier, Longillow, get him on the ball more. Yeah, I do. He switched into this right-back position, and you saw it there. We saw it with that little quick counter-attack there, where Woodburn made the run in behind, but it come from Longillow. Again, nice little footwork, nice little move there, drop of the shoulder, and he was away, found Woodburn. It was just an easy pass through there. I think you've got to push him higher up the field now, but he's dropped him in somewhat of this kind of stay on the halfway line role. You're right, unless you have gone to this back 5, back 3 kind of thing, with Garbutt on the left as a wing back, on the right hand side Longillow with Cooper, Oluwu and Mnoga as a back 3. I'm not quite sure. In comes this free kick into the back post, nodded down there. And a very, very similar position where the second goal came for Notts County. In that, we've watched it back a few times, well, terrible defending, because McDonald no one was marking him. That time they did, and he got there, but he couldn't also just then put a ball back into the box. So they've learnt from that. But Salford, we're just over 10 minutes in, it's Notts County 2, Salford 0. In terms of getting back in the game, I'm not saying the Cats score 2 goals in stoppage time, and it'd be drama-filled stoppage time. But if you are Carl Roberts, you're thinking, could we maybe get a goal before, let's say the 70th minute, then we've got 20 minutes to go and get another one. The longer the game goes on, of course, more the time will be the enemy for Salford. We'll join in just a moment, as that's a nice turn from Ado. Out to Garbutt on the left-hand side. That's a lovely turn. Ness takes down his man. He's already had a foul earlier. That might be his yellow card. It will be. Longalow took it past him earlier, Ness, in the first half, and that could have been a yellow card. That's a lovely turn from Ado, or puts it through the legs of Notts County's second goal scorer. And this is the thing, that if I'm Ado and Sessi and all these forward players, we didn't have a sniff in the first half. The reason we're building better is because we're getting on the ball.
Yeah, they are indeed. That was a lovely half turn there as well from Ado, just to play it around Ness, who we saw incoming, and then Ness, just with a silly one, just wraps his arms around Ado, knows that he's gone past him. You know, it's one of them that stops that counter-attack but gives Salford a free kick.
Will be an opportunity for Garbutt. As I said earlier, he's the skipper basically on set-piece duty. It's an opportunity to swing a left-footed effort in. It's on the left-hand side. It's a packed-out penalty, as you would expect. Lovely ball into the box. Heads go up. Cleared away by Jata. Will be kept alive here by Osterfield. Pushes it back. Ball will be swung forward. Longalow's chasing it too much on it. If he would have got it, it would have been a good opportunity. Just a little bit too much on it. I feel that's more of a pass. It's a long ball, not a long pass into the area that he is there. And it comes away with a goal kick for Salford. Looks like Harris and Barini are being warmed up and prepped to come on for Salford. So that's 2 attacking changes. So you'd like to think that, Barini's coming on, a bit of a journeyman, of course, to a degree now. Him playing at Salford, you wouldn't have thought that. But it's more for me, who they're coming on for will be interesting.
Yeah, it will be indeed. Will he take off Ado, Cisse, Graydon maybe? You might want to switch in. But yet again, it's coming at that, hour mark where Salford, yet again, they've had these little bit of a chance, and I think for Notts County now it's seeing this out a little bit. Let Salford have a little bit of a run at you. You're 2 goals in front, defend them, see how well you do, tire them out a little bit, and then a quick counter attack and you get their third, because that's what they're hoping, is that Salford now try and throw everybody upfield, and it just leaves about 1 at the back, and Jata can get that long ball through again, and he's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
It's almost at Notts County say, we've done our business, haven't we? We've got the 2 goals. Well, what are you all about? Mnoga driving forward, just wants to get as far as he does. He's doubled up though by Luca and Jones. Mnoga, does he bring his man down? Yes, he does. That one I think was more of a coming together that Luca gets away with. Again, Robertson doesn't seem to have a problem with that one, but he did with the earlier one where he was brought down his man. That was a bit interesting. Longalaw will be coming off for Harris. I think that is not a decision I'd make. I know I'm not Carl Robinson, but I'd be saying to Longalow, get him the ball as much as you can. And the second substitution will be Cooper coming off and Barini coming on. So a centre-back for a striker, winger for a winger, basically. But I am disappointed to see Longalow come off. By far, for me, he's been their best player. Yeah,
he has indeed. I don't know if he's going to try and switch him up here, but yet again, it's forcing maybe more bodies up top, and you've now got Oluwu, who's basically your only centre-back. I think maybe Garbutt is going to slot in there. You wouldn't want to risk Mnoga kind of going into that position. He's already on a yellow card. I'm not sure why Mnoga maybe wasn't the player to kind of bring off and put Barini or Harris on him for his place, but he's seen that Longellow's going to come off of the field, and he's undoubtedly been their best player, but unfortunately just hasn't managed to have any crosses inside the box that have caused any trouble.
Yeah, maybe Robinson is saying, look, your output's been good, but your final output isn't where it is. But I also think they've hardly given him the ball, because Notts County have had most of it to a degree. 60 minutes have been played. We've played an hour at Wembley. It's Notts County 2, Salford 0. Goals in the first half from Jata and Ness. The County are 2-0 open at the moment. They're bound for League 1 football. Jones on the left-hand side takes it past a few Salford defenders. Graydon tries to take it away by doing that, puts it out for it looks like Graydon's now playing that right wing-back role, if you will. It's maybe Garbutt's gone to be that left centre-back with Oluwu and Mnoga as at back 3. Graydon on the right-hand side. Maybe on the left-hand side, Harris are just going to be wingers, if you will, and Woodburn, Osterfield in the middle with a forward three of Adore and Sesse and Barini. Maybe we'll have to see how it works out. Jones tries to put it for the legs of Graydon, but that is cleared away. And what Notts County, I think, they'll be quite happy is, I know the subs have just come on in Barini and Harris, so you can't really say you need to give it 5 or 10 more minutes. But to say that they've made a triple change in half-time, one change and a double now, Notts County will be looking going, we've got our full bench that we can still use. We've got 5 more changes and we're 2-0 up. They'll be over the moon with that.
Yeah, it's fresh legs, isn't it? It's fresh legs for Salford as well. They're going to try and throw everything at this now, really. But I think if you're Notts County, you wait until about the 75-minute mark to make your changes. Let's see what these Salford players with the fresh legs are coming on to do for 15 minutes. See if they give you anything. If they don't, you bring on your own attacking kind of changes and maybe try and put this game officially to bed.
No, I think you're right. You could put if he's still 2-up in the 70th, maybe put a defensive wing back on. And maybe say, Cerula, you're on a yellow card, we're going to take you off. Might take both off. It's a really demanding position, isn't it? At wing back, especially in this heat, I can imagine. So that could be a change. You bring 2 more defensive wing backs on, and that's where you go from there. And Noga looks to play it long, looking for the run of Ado. Well defended at the back by County, and they will win the ball. Long ball forward through to Jatta. Just has to be cleared away by Olowu. As we say about changes, Notts County looking like they're readying at least one. Not quite sure if it's one, if it's going to be a couple. I only say that because I think when you've only got 3 blocks of changes, usually the first 1 or 2, you do like to make a couple of changes, has to be said. Another throw in here, and Jones, rightfully so, will take all the time in the world that he can get away with. He's high on the left-hand side, it has to be said. Of course, Notts County looking to return to League One for the first time since the 14-15 season, where they were relegated. What a decade it's been for them, really. Jones on the left-hand side, it's cleared away, good tackle as well. Barini, his first real touch is a poor pass, but Woodburn's there to win it back, and here comes Salford. Woodburn pokes it out to Graydon on the right-hand side, gets his head up. There's no one in the box at all, though. 2-1 up, he's doubled up by Robertson and Bedore. Ball over the top, looking for Graydon. Good idea, execution a little bit poor from Woodburn there, and he does lose his footing. It will be a throw in there. It just seems, because I think personally of the formation with the 3-4-3-5.
Georgia plans weddings with the precision of a watchmaker. Every detail measured and timed. So
always have extra man, and Salford can never really get going.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Notts County now looking to make the change. I think it's Grant coming off, but he's brought on the changes. I can see why you've brought Barini on. He does have that experience of playing in a playoff final, of course, with Swansea taking them up to the top flight. I think now you've got to try and get a few of your strikers more involved. Adair and Cisse, they didn't have many touches within the first half. The confidence might be a little bit dropped as well because they've not had that many touches. They haven't got more involved in the game. It was interesting with the changes, especially for Harris coming on, but he seems to be making an impact.
He does. Go play down the left-hand side. Has he won his side a corner? No, it's going to be a free kick against Harris. A free kick, apologies. A goal kick. The ball out of play. I thought it was very close. I thought it might have come last off of Ness. Oh, that's very. I don't know if he pokes it off of Ness and Ness keeps it in play. I'm not. That is very, very close. I do have to say, look, whatever they give out, he's very, very close. But next on the yellow card, he's pulled up with a bit of cramp. I wouldn't put it past. It's been a long, intense game. And it might be that he's making weight anyway, so just calm it down. We're just getting another confirmation. 35.8 degrees, call it 36 degrees at Wembley. So, of course, it will start to cool down. I'm surprised. I know fans have bought tickets and this and that. Surprised with the weather that it maybe even just push it back maybe an hour or so it would start to cool down in the second half. It's been a beautiful day. There will be a drinks break now. They might as well take advantage of Ness being down. I think he might be coming off as well. It has to be said. But County, as you said, it's just for them, just seeing this game out professionally. You're 2-0 up. You've done your job in the latter stage of the first half. And reward your fans by just putting that professional performance in. They don't care if they don't touch the ball for the rest of the game. As it stands, they're going up.
Yeah, indeed. They won't mind now. They can sit back, defend a little bit, do what they need to kind of do to see out the rest of this game. Hope that maybe Salford don't get another goal. Try and keep a clean sheet within this one. But at the moment, Salford aren't really putting them under any pressure. They're not really doing anything. Like I said, the best one is with Longelo, and they brought him off. And Harris at the moment hasn't really brought what Longelo has to the table. He had that one where he tried just to beat Ness there, and he didn't. He just got it a little bit wrong, got his feet a little bit muddled up. Longelo had the chance before he was taken off as well, where he had lovely footwork there, and that kick-started something as well. That got the ball out to Woodburn, and nearly, had the arm been a little bit maybe higher out, it might have been a penalty. It wasn't on this occasion, but it's the ball inside the box. As we're seeing replays of the Notts County goals. You can say it's poor defending for both the goals for Salford, but they're not bringing anything. They didn't bring anything within that first half, and at the moment in the second half they're bringing something, but it's still a little bit reserved.
It is. We're just watching the goals back as well. You're not missing anything, as I said. There's a break between the two sides. It's a lovely leap from Ness as well. Just so flat-footed, Salford, unfortunately. But that leap from Ness, he makes a run. It's almost as if when someone puts a cross in and you see the player make the perfect run to it. It's a great leap from the young centre-back. As Joe rightfully said earlier, it's only his third goal for Notts County. You can see as well Martin Patterson, he's excited, but also obviously to himself, calm down. We're 2-0 up. You're as a coach, you set that standard, don't you? You don't want to get too excited, too giddy, and your players do that as well. You've got to set that, as we've already said, Joe. We've seen pictures now of David Beckham, we've seen Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, all of the players, the former players involved with Salford, of course. Well, something interesting for them. They're going back to the old orange next season, so this will be the last game they do play in the red that was changed when they took over in 2014. They used to play in orange all the time, something I found out at the second leg of the playoff semi-final. So they are going to make a change. The leaders, looks like going off, will be Luca. I mean, unfortunately for him, I think he's put a good shift in. It's one of them where he's not done anything right, not done anything wrong. He's just been there and done his job to a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 kind of game.
He's won the ball back a few times for Notts County, but he's the man who's won a few of the free kicks for Notts County. So, when he's had the ball, he has been putting Salford players around him, maybe trying to get at them a little bit, trying to wind them up, and you can see a few that are getting a little bit wound up. Minogue, I'm very surprised, is still on the field. He's on a yellow card, and if I'm Notts County, come the 75-minute mark, 80-minute mark, I'd just pressure him. If he's still on the field, just give him a little bit more of that pressure. It's the same for Salford, though. Sarula, still on the field, on that yellow card. Pressure him on this left-hand side. Give it to Harris, but they're doing the same thing that they did with Longelo in not using him.
Forward come County for the first time in quite a while. Pender goes for a strike, hits it with his weaker left peg. He almost drags it. It's on target, but he almost just drags it. Never really gets the power he wants behind it. So full confirmation of that substitution. Jaden Luca off and Connor Grant on. Long ball forward, looking for Sessi. Can't bring it down, and again that drinks break, that might just be that almost little bit of a refresher that County needed. Word with the coach and just saying, right, don't fall too far back. Don't let Salford get in this game as much as we thought there would be. Long ball over the top. That's a lovely run by Grant. Lovely first touch as well. Second one not so good. Pulls it back for Jatta. Jones is going to get on the end of it, and that looks like that might be game over. Jody Jones running onto it. No one marking him. We're sat there thinking that's behind Jatta. It's independent off-tube studio commentary. So on our screens we see Jody Jones flying to shot, and he passes it in the back of the net. Beautiful goal from Notts County. Quite clearly, whatever Martin Patterson said in that little drinks break worked. An absolute treat. Fresh legs as well. Connor Grant coming on, lovely first few touches, ball into the box. I thought again it's behind Jatta, but in my head I'm thinking someone's got to be running in there. It was Jody Jones on the mark of the 70th minute. It's Notts County 3, Salford 0. Is that game over, Joe?
I think it is indeed, and this is not like a Notts County that we saw across the two legs. They only had 6 shots. They've had 5 in this game, and they've scored from 3 of them. You can say it's poor defending again. You really can on this right-hand side. So much space for Grant there. There's no tracking back from Graydon at all. And it's just so easy there as well to get the ball back across. Yes, Jatta hasn't got to it. You can maybe say that Jatta's been fouled by Minogue there. He's too busy on the man instead. He's not looking around him. Notts County there, it's Jones, who's come from basically the middle of the park there and has ran right in front of a few Salford players. It's Garbutt, actually, who goes to close down Grant, and it's Graydon who's following in Jones there. And somehow Jones has managed to get in front of Graydon, even though Graydon started before him. I'm not sure why Graydon hasn't gone to close that ball down at all and make sure that Jones gets nowhere near it. But Jones has got an assist in this, and he's got a goal as well. I think he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he provided the ball over the top for Jata for the opener, and now, as Joe rightfully says, he's turned provider into goal scorer. It's now his 10th goal of the season in all competitions as well. Osterfield does well to hold up that ball, but Salford fighting a losing battle. Maybe Mnogan, not the greatest of first touches. That's a decent ball into the box. Keeper comes to claim it, makes a mess of it. Was that lost off the goal or last off Barini by Barini's stance? I'm going to assume it was last off of the Italian forward. I said, it was almost, you're right, great against, it's almost like seeing the road runner just run past him. He was just so pacey, was Jones, and he had to set himself. Look, I imagine running onto it, he has to time that run as well. Watching it back, it's a bit of 50-50 there from that angle. Watching it back as well from behind the goal, I just think Young goes all the way to the right-hand side. He almost leaves a lot of the gap for Jones to go for. I know it's hard, but I just think Young goes all the way so that he can't almost go back on his left-hand side. It's a beautiful finish from Jody Jones, and that does mean we're well over halfway through this second half. 72 minutes on the clock. We're into the 73rd minute of the game. League 2 playoff final. It's Notts County 3, Salford 0. 2 goals in the first half, one from Jata and Ness, and then a few moments ago, Jody Jones really wrapping this game up. It's Notts County 3, Salford 0. I'll pass you over to Joe to take us through to full time.
Yeah, I think if I'm Notts County, I'd make a few substitutions. There might be a few tired legs out there, but I think the main thing is for them now is go out there and have a little bit of fun. Maybe try and get yourself a fourth, a fifth, things like that. You can see maybe a few of the substitutions warming up. I think for Salford now, you've got to push on a little bit. You've not really given it. You're still reserved going into it. There's 15 minutes, or so left. Just push forward. Just try and maybe at least get a goal. Make sure that Notts County don't end up with a clean sheet. But I mean, it's Carl Robinson's worst nightmare. 2 playoff finals in 6 years, and it's looking like he's going to lose both of them. One to Wickham, and now one to Notts County. But it'll be the second time that Martin Patterson maybe lifts a trophy within this one, of course, as a player and now a manager. And you can see some of the Notts County fans in tears as well as they're happy with their side maybe going on to League One action later on.
Yeah, as I said, it's been a whirlwind of a decade, hasn't it, from being in League One and quite a bit of a League One mainstay down to League Two, then the National League and all the stuff that they've gone through. So it is one of them at the back, isn't it? And again, what you spoke about as well in that playoff semi-final, 6 shots over the 2 legs, was it?
Yeah,
you said they've got
shots,
1 goal. You look at the league form, I'm not saying, but they've scored 74 goals. I think there was the 4th or 3rd most goals in the division. So, as you rightly pointed out, this is more of the Notts County I was expecting to see over those 2 legs. Maybe it's Martin Patterson who's going, you know what, let's get the job done. Let's get to Wembley and we'll worry about things later. And if you would say who's going to get if we're going to get a 4th goal in this game, who's it going to go for? As you said, I won't put it past Notts County because those Salford heads has well and truly dropped now.
Yeah, Jill Scott is with Gary Neville as well up in the stands. It's one to talk about for Gary Neville on the overlap later on as the ball swoops in there, but all the headers miss it. Rolls out towards Norburn then, and he gets challenged there by Graydon. I think it'll be a throw-in to Notts County. It will be, and a little bit of back and forth there between Norburn and Graydon. I think it's actually going to be a free kick, says the referee. Graydon just clipping the heels also of Norburn, and I think
one of whom's been on a plane this afternoon coming back from Germany. Probably won't know the score until he's landed. He'll be a very happy bunny. That's our good friend Dan Dawson, who covers our darts for us at times on the TalkSport network. And Andrew McKenna will also be a very happy man right now.
Yeah, Macca.
Although he'll say with 3-0, game's not won. I know he will.
There's a few long-suffering Notts County fans, but yeah, Macca's definitely passionate about Notts County. Brother, it could get even better for them.
They've won a free kick at the right-hand corner of the penalty area, and I think Jody Jones fancies this, you know.
Too right.
I mean, sizing this up.
It's in one of those positions where you could cross it, but as a left foot, I'd absolutely be trying to whip this towards the far corner.
And Martin Patterson, the Notts County, he's still committed to the long sleeve top tracksuit, but it doesn't. Ollie Klink said earlier, David Beckham's not got a beater, so I think of Novak Djokovic. He plays 5 sets of tennis, and there's barely a mark on the man. So maybe Martin Patterson's made of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to go with a tight long sleeve trackie today.
3-man wall.
It's unbelievable.
Inside the penalty area for Salford. Jody Jones, I think he fancies this. It's only just in from the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Jody Jones for Notts County. Steps up to the ball, left-footed, goes for the bottom corner, and it's well held, and that bottom corner by Matt Young. But it stays 3-0 Notts County.
Well, he had to really watch that onto his gloves, the goalkeeper, because it was in the right area. Yeah, it's a save he should make, but he could easily have spilled this. As a Notts County attacker, smelling of the rebound there. I think it was Jatta.
Matt Palmer's about to come on for Notts County. In fact, he's going to come on now for Ollie Norburn. Matt Palmer, who's made nearly 200 appearances for Notts since he moved from Swindon 5 years ago. He lost the League Two playoff for Burton Albion 12 years ago against Fleetwood. So a bit of redemption for him maybe for these last few minutes. He's going to get about 12 minutes out there, and Norburn's taking the acclaim of the Notts County fans away to our right. You are listening to EFL Live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's. Order delivery on the McDonald's app from 11 a.m. It's 18 plus, fees apply to delivery orders, subject to availability. Price may vary, and a big hug. More from Norburn to his manager than his manager to Norburn, because Martin Patterson's concentrating fully on what's going on in front of him.
It was an outstanding performance from Ollie Norburn. 55 passes out of 60 completed on a hot day like this. Just very, very reliable on the ball, and no one on that pitch has come close to making the number of passes he has.
Bordeaux clears away from the increasingly frustrated looking Dan Udo. Notts County 3-0 up. We've got 12 minutes to go. On TalkSport 2, Monaga pushing forward for the Ammies. Can they get a foothold in this game at all? And maybe get the nerves jangling a little bit. In comes the cross from the right, but it's headed away by McDonald. Brought down by Sesse. We look back to that chance he had merely seconds into the second half that could have turned the tide in Salford's favour. Kadeem Harris coming in from the left-hand side, can't get the shot away. Watched all the way by Cerula. Ben Woodburn tries an ambitious effort from 35 yards out and deflects out to Graydon, who'll let the ball go behind it. It's a corner kick to Salford City in front of their supporters away to our left, who are getting increasingly, resigned to what's happening here.
Yeah,
they 3-0 up.
They look really dejected, but they've drawn the short straw, haven't they, in the blazing sun all day. The Salford fans, Notts County shade most of the game. Salford fans have suffered in the stands watching today.
Garbutt's corner for Salford. A couple of players have gone down in the area. Referee says nothing doing. Jones caught by Woodburn. Foul, free kick to Notts County. Producer Decker's just messaged me to say Notts County fans in tears. Are you sure it's not sweat, Deck? And it is actually tears. But then, see, that's football for you. Fans go on a journey sometimes, and there are some clubs who almost never go on journeys. They stay in the same division for a long time. But you think of a club like Notts County, you think back to that last promotion season with Sven-Göran Eriksson and the madness surrounding that project. I think that was the first time we heard the word project in football, with Sol Campbell and all that. They get relegated out of the EFL. They spend a few years at non-league level. They get back into the EFL, and in their third season, Adrian Clark, they're now destined to go back to the third tier.
Yeah, look, there was absolute devastation when they fell out of the EFL. Heartbroken the supporters were. So, it's been a very quick turnaround. Where they've bounced back very quickly, and now into the third tier. They can sit pretty, and look, they play good football. I think they'll do okay next season.
Here comes Salford, 3-0 down, but still pushing. Kadeem Harris, left-hand side, level with the 18-yard line. Faced up by Cerula, gets past him to the dead ball line, clips it to the far post, but Udo wasn't there. Jacob Bordeaux was, and then Jones, he's able to just bring the ball down and lob it up so he can then just volley it downfield.
Yeah, that was probably the first bad decision Jody Jones made all day, but he just literally lashed it. Just wanted to breathe up.
10 minutes to go on TalkSport 2 in the League 2 playoff final. Notts County 3, Salford City 0. Ness, who scored the second for the Magpies, hooks it clear from the edge of his own penalty area. Yorpenda goes down He's won a free kick. He was caught by Harris. The two number 14s collided there just near the halfway line, but it's the county player that gets the decision from referee Tom Reeves. Remember, 2 European finals to come, Wednesday and Saturday. Crystal Palace Rayo Vallecano on TalkSport Wednesday night. Arsenal Paris Saint-Germain Champions League final from 5 p.m. on Saturday night. And another final in the darts, the Premier League on TalkSport Thursday night from the O2 in London. The top 4 players after 16 weeks of darts head for the O2 for a sellout crowd. The 2 Lukes, Humphreys and Littler, Clayton and Price. Can Humphreys retain the trophy he won last year? That's with myself, Paul Nicholson and Laura Turner, Thursday night on TalkSport from 7.
Yeah, that's the right thought, I think.
It is just about, I mean, you know, Jan van Veen had a ghost of a chance of getting involved, Van Gerwen too, but yeah, they're the 4 best players. Ball whips in for the left-hand side and claimed by Matt Young for Salford. We do remember, as well as darts on the radio on Thursday night, we will bring you the World Match Play starting just as the World Cup ends on TalkSport. See, we know how to tie everything together with live sport. Starting on the Saturday before the World Cup final from Blackpool's Winter Gardens with both the men's and the women's tournament. Bring you every session from Blackpool's Winter Gardens. Can't wait for that. Free kick to Salford, midway point of the Notts County half. Counting down time here. 1 or 2 Salford fans have decided to head for the exits, but not many. And of course, there's not a single county fan that's budged from his or her seat. Free kick to be taken by Garbutt, goes into the edge of the area, headed out strongly by Connor Grant to Woodburn, just in front of the centre circle, floats the ball out to Graydon, does well to cushion a header in field, and then Osterfield goes down under minimal pressure from Robertson. He stayed down, Osterfield, clutching his leg, but the referee said no free kick. Salford trying to win it back in midfield, and they do so with Udo. And then he passes the ball straight out of play. Osterfield is still down and looks in some discomfort. Adrian Clark.
He does, yeah. He stayed down, he's barely moved. It did look innocuous, and I didn't actually think it looked a foul at first glance, albeit we're quite a long way away. But yeah, he's had to get through a lot of work here today, Osterfield, particularly second half.
Carl Robinson now saying to Cole Stockton, right, I need 4 goals from you in 6 minutes of normal time plus added time. He's about to come on. There's a couple of changes afoot for... he's twisted his ligaments there, Josh Osterfield, on his left ankle.
Got trodden on his Achilles, I think, and it twisted.
His toe was in the turf, and his foot flicked out to the left.
Yeah, it was...
And it is Osterfield that's going off the field to allow Cole Stockton to come on.
Nicely done. Yeah, another forward on the pitch. I've got to be honest, I've seen it a lot of times down the years where managers, when they're up against it, just chuck on all the forwards.
Well, you said it earlier. You said, has he shaken the tree too much?
I just think they have looked lost in this second half. That the one big chance they had came very early in the half before he'd made those big changes. I think since he made that raft of alterations, they've not really strung that many passes together. They've not caused County very many problems. I just think they're a little bit lost.
Jody Jones is going to get a huge reception here as he makes his way off for one of 3 substitutions that Martin Patterson is making. He's going to be replaced by Maziar Kuyar, who came on a free from York City, the first Afghan professional in the English game. Also coming off is the scorer of County's first, Alassane Jatta. He's going to be replaced by Lee Undlove, no relation to the famous Peter Undlove who played for Coventry City. And the other change, we'll see Nick Cerula come off. He was booked in the first half, and Keenan Bennett, who once played for Borussia Mönchengladbach, having left the Tottenham Academy and played in Austria before coming to Notts County last July. He's going to come on as well. So Jatta, Cerula and Jody Jones are off, and to a man they have put in one heck of a shift for their manager, and they're on the brink of promotion back to League One. 3-0 with 85 minutes gone on TalkSport 2.
And all 3 deserve the fantastic ovation that they're getting, and they've earned this little breather as well. Yeah, look, only 4 minutes left of normal time. I think the job is done, and it's been a terrific performance from Notts County. Really, really strong against a team that they had an absolutely dreadful record against. So it goes to show that these things always, they never last forever, these runs.
No, we should never attach too much importance to it, but we sometimes do, don't we? And yet, in a one-off game like this, in a neutral venue, anything can happen. That's exactly what Adrian Clarke is hoping will happen in Budapest on Saturday for Arsenal against the might of Paris Saint-Germain, who want to retain the Champions League trophy. Arsenal want to win their first ever Champions Trophy, and their first final for 20 years. Was it 2006?
2006. Look, I'll take 3-0. I'll take it now. I'll shake on it.
Okay. I'm sure you will. I would too. I've got no dog in the fight.
No, it's going to be really, really difficult. But I think they've certainly got a shout.
That's live with us on TalkSport. Saturday evening, our coverage starts from inside the Arena Budapest at 5 p.m. Make sure you're with us for that. Closing stages here at Wembley Stadium. Notts County 3-0 up on Salford, but Salford not giving up. Kadeem Harris making a strong run into the area, but he runs into one too many defenders and the ball's just cleared downfield. Martin Patterson does not have the countenance of a man whose team are 3-0 up. He is still tightly wound, I would say, the Notts County manager.
Oh, yeah.
On the edge of his technical
Look, he
area.
hasn't lost his focus at all.
Not one bit.
He's proud of that technical area throughout this match. Constantly making sort of gentle movements and instructions for his players who've delivered for him, there's no question.
And here, down the left-hand side, a chance for them to break with Lee Unlove. Works the ball in field. Now it's not back further into midfield for Matt Palmer, one of the other substitutes that's common in the second half. Now they're just playing short 1- and 2-touch football. Unlove clattered into by Aluwo. And that's a free kick. Midway point of the Salford half for Notts County. Unlove was upended there.
Big time.
By the centre half.
Yeah, Aluwo very frustrated. Not been his day. Big threat in the opposition box. Hasn't had a chance really, but yeah, he knew what he's doing there. Can't win the ball, and it's gone through the back of Unlove. And yeah, I think Robertson's been top class in that midfield for Notts County as well, alongside the departed Norburn. They've controlled the game effortlessly.
Free kick taken short by Notts County. Heading towards the last minute of normal time on TalkSport 2 at Wembley Stadium. Now down the left-hand side of the box, run being made by Tom Yorpenda. Playing, I'm assuming, what is his last game for Notts County before he goes back to Huddersfield Town. He's won a throw for the Magpies, and we're about to find out how many minutes of added time, because we're into the 90th minute, and the 2/4 officials sorting out the board, and that will go up in just a second to see how far Notts County are away from jubilation and celebration. Be Salford's first defeat at Wembley in their third visit. They were last here in 2021, winning the Football League Trophy final. We brought you that game here on TalkSport 2 that day. Richie Wellens was the manager then, not long after he was removed from his post. And now it's Carl Robinson who's been trying to get Salford into that third tier. It won't happen yet, although there's 8 minutes of added time that we're just moving into now on TalkSport 2.
Oh, yeah.
3 goals in 8 minutes.
No one, I don't think either side are going to be particularly enamoured with that. Another 8 minutes playing in these conditions, but so it is.
Diagonal ball hit downfield and cleared away by Keenan Bennett with his second touch for Notts County. Woodburn, well, that's a heavy touch on halfway, almost allowed Unlove in, but he managed to rescue possession back for Salford. Haji Minoga plays the ball back up to square to Aluwo. Now Garbett, the captain, looks up just shy of the halfway line, plays the ball short, infield to Udo, who's come very deep to pick up possession. Now Kadeem Harris on the left-hand side runs into trouble. Yorpenda got an important touch, but Harris there again. Yorpenda at his back. Clear foul as he pulled the shoulder of Kadeem Harris back there, Yorpenda. Quickly taken free kick, but boy oh boy, are we dealing in seconds now here for Salford City. Delaying the inevitable, you might say. County fans just saving their voices, I fancy, for the big celebration in a few minutes to come as they look for Cole Stockton Salford down the right-hand side of the area. Cole, the goal they scored him when he was scoring ridiculous numbers at Morecambe. Not happened for him at Salford, though. Goal kick, Notts County.
No, not as prolific, that's for sure. But look, Salford shouldn't beat themselves up too much. They had a cracking season. It's absolutely superb. They were a whisker away from automatic promotion. They've made progress. This is a step in the right direction, and it doesn't have to be a defeat that derails them. It just doesn't. But it won't feel like that way right now. It will take a few days, I'm sure, to lick their wounds before they go again.
Goal kick hit downfield by Belshaw. What a day he's had. The Notts County fan destined to keep a clean sheet, it seems, and be part of a Notts County team that goes up to League One level. He will be absolutely beside himself with happiness, and the Belshaw family.
Yeah.
Who've got Notts County connections. Now there's a foul there on Connor Grant, who's been flattened. I think Ben Woodburn was the man who put the challenge in. Indeed it was. He's got a yellow card for his trouble there, Ben Woodburn. 3-0.
Yeah, for James Belshaw, he's moments away from probably the happiest feeling he's ever had as a professional. Getting promoted with the club that he absolutely adores. Really happy for him. I spoke to him in midweek, and he's such a nice lad. Really humble guy, and his thoughts right now, his heart will be racing, and I think he'll have made his dad proud, that's for sure, here this afternoon.
Yorpender, right-hand side of midfield for Notts County, trying to drift away from the attentions of Fabio Barini. Barini will clear downfield for Salford. Lovely flick from Udo. Kadeem Harris driving up to the halfway line. Stockton tucks it in field looking for Sesse, but it went behind Sesse and picked up instead by Notts County. And it's worked out to Yorpender on the right-hand side. There's not many black and white shirts in the area, so Yorpender goes for the corner flag. We've got 93 and a half minutes gone on TalkSport 2, and Notts County win a throw down by the corner flag to eat up a few more seconds before the full-time whistle can start the black and white stripe celebrations.
Yeah, they're going to have a great time. These Notts supporters come down in their droves today. You see a lot of the Salford City fans are making their way out now. They've had enough.
Yeah, there are a few more heading for the exits away to our left, but to our right, it's a sea of black and white stripes in fully occupied seats, ready to go. Absolutely crackers when Tom Reeves gives us those 3 blasts of the whistle at the end of the match. Meantime, County are in possession on the far side of the field, level with the Salford penalty area, 18-yard line. It's back in field with Matt Palmer. There's a couple of 1-2s with Jacob Badeau, and again, they're just going to cheer every completed pass now. The County fans, you can hear them ready for Badeau to find Palmer again. Goes back into his own half for McDonald. First-time ball, looking for Unlove down the left-hand side, but Salford win it back. Minoga, who's not stopped running all afternoon, in fairness, from right back, but he's dispossessed. Yorpender driving forward, only Unlove ahead of him. Gets to the left-hand corner of the area, plays it left. It's just kept in play by Kuyat. Had to scurry back to keep it in play. Good ball in field from Kuyat to find Robertson. Now out to Yorpender, who's hugging the left-hand touchline now. Salford just chasing after the loose ball and not getting anywhere near it as Sesse collides with Yorpender. Yorpender wanted a free kick. Sesse won it back fair and square, says the referee. 95 minutes gone. 3 minutes left for Notts County to play out before the final whistle goes and they can contemplate life at a higher level next year. And Jody Jones has been given the Man of the Match award by the sponsors here at Wembley Stadium, and as you might imagine, rapturously received that decision from those wearing the Notts County shirts, and it's the right decision too, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's been sensational, Jody Jones, right from the first minute. First touch of the ball was sublime, and he was the game's outstanding player. I think Robertson pushed him close in midfield. He was terrific too.
Dan goes on Love. He's won a free kick. I don't think Jim White's going to get David Beckham on the show tomorrow morning somehow at this point.
I think
I think it's more likely Jody Jones will be a guest on TalkSport tomorrow morning at some time. TalkSport breakfast back at 6 in the morning with Jeff Stelling and the gang. And there are more Notts County fans we can see on our monitors who are wiping away the tears, scarcely believing what their club is about to achieve. After years in the doldrums, I feel that there's a guy up on our screen at the minute who looks about 6'5", crying like a toddler, and you have to.
That's what football does. It's what football does. It's a game of emotions.
Well, here's your Pender. Look at the set the seal on it inside the area. Players want to get laid back at the edge of the area. Kouya gets on his right foot and high over the crossbar. Goal kick for Salford. And it's nearly done for Notts County, 3-0 up.
Yeah, look, being a football fan, the lows are very low and they're hard to take, and people that don't understand football will think, why did you put yourself through it? But you put yourself through it for days like today, where, you know, those lows make the highs taste so much sweeter. And, you know, football is a sport that you know, really does touch you. And yeah, all of those Magpie fans are going to be pretty emotional in a couple of minutes' time, or less than that now.
It's going to be a goal kick for James Belshaw, who's in no hurry to place the ball down at the edge of the 6-yard box. Still a few Salford fans remain, but I would say at least half of the visiting Ami support have headed for the exits. Ball smacked downfield by Belshaw. Eyes on the referee, who blows the full-time whistle, and Notts County, the oldest professional club in the world, have done it and got back to the third tier of English football for the first time in 11 years, and they've done it emphatically against Salford City. A 3-0 win. They jump into one another's arms. Jacob Ado and Elliot Ness at the back, exchanging huge hugs, handshakes all round. Commiserations to Salford City. The Amis will have to go again at League 2 level next season. But for the Magpies and Martin Patterson, it's all about the glory. After missing out in the playoffs last year, they get it right this year, and the Magpies soar into League One for the first time in 11 years. They will play the likes of Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday in their next league campaign. Jatta got the opener, Ness with a second before half-time, and the man of the match, Jody Jones, wrapped things up midway through the second half. Salford might look back on a big chance right at the start of the second half for Callum Sesse, but the boyhood Notts County fan, James Belshaw, made a critical save, and Salford never really forced a gilt-edged opportunity from that point on. The full-time score cues celebrations for those wearing the black and white stripes, because it is Notts County 3, Salford City 0.
Ian Danton, thank you very much.